will come out on top. 5 and 4. Waiting for the reaction plays from the CT side here. They'll push towards short. Dupree secondary orb now will have to step up against his former in-game leader, Karrigan. Heads towards the catwalk position. 7 and 17. Remember, he got them back into that game with a huge scout clutch. Now makes his way towards short.
Good Molotov. No bullets necessary. Nade designed to catch this setup, but no one home. Much more passive from Mouse, drawing some more utility out. One smoke required, and the flame is returned. So, 2 split on either site for Astralis. The numbers will always favor Mousesports on this execute, so individual brilliance will be the separating factor. Good smoke from ZipX buys him some time, can focus his attention on middle, gets a lot more than he bargained for. Damage inflicted into Karrigan, quite concisely down to 35.
See him holding on to that utility, knows he needs it to fend off his mid splits, but no! Voxic hits a banger. It's a no-scope from hell, but still ZipX fighting at the double doors here. 3 versus 3, 30 seconds remain, and Roxy's in a lot of trouble here, but he can get himself out of it. Magisk will remove him from the equation, and now we have 28 seconds remaining. Bomb actually down outside those bomb side doors, and Dupree patrolling it.
Yeah, he still has vision of the bomb and the cross. He couldn't ask for a better spot to be in at this time.
They have to just go for an orb kill here. They might get it with Vox's prowess, but unfortunately for him, it's such a difficult shot. Frozen left in the 3 versus 1. 10 seconds. Just trying to cause financial damage if possible here. But they're going to try and run the clock down to make sure he gets no cash. He knows it, and he's just going to run into his service. ZipX will take him down, 12-10.
So, look, even though they had that 4v5 advantage, it was all down to the multi-kill of ZipX. I actually thought Glaive's push at doors was genius. You're probably questioning, why has he pushed the smoke? Well, Woxic had just thrown that Molotov, and we might get it even here on the replay. So the Molotov had come through into CT spawn, which was a cue that, oh, normally they're not going to push this. Glaive was ahead of it, and as he's rounded that corner to find that frag, Woxic's hit a banger, right? As you guys mentioned. That sequence of the ZipX double kill and the Glaive pushing doors should have really been the round right there. So good recovery from Astralis. And they push Mousesports down to this pistol buy.
They're ready. Look at this. There's pins pulled on Frozen's nade as Glaive arrives up top
Frozen
mid. I think he got spotted though. Oh, this could be an M4. This could be a downward spiral for the Astralis 23rd round. Magisk is full flash, but Christian hasn't checked it. Oh, his negligence comes back to haunt him. 3 frags from Magisk and the round is lost.
Wild spray control by Magisk, by the way. Like 2 kills for sure, but the third was so difficult. That was like controlling a jackhammer, like at the same time. It was insane. But look at this third kill come
again.
through.
I was paying attention to the miss. Let's see this transfer all the way down to this one, and a third to the head. Not too shabby at all from Magisk. 300 damage in that round.
Well, there we have it. It is going to be another US Air Force tactical timeout. Astralis within touching distance of picking up the pick of Mousesports here. 13-10. Money not ideal, but certainly enough there for a buy. And we'll have to adjust things if we want to bring out the Voxic AWP. It'll have to be Frozen to drop it. He goes to the Krieg instead, so Vox will be down to the rifle as well. They've got a very good B spawn. You see 4 players on that side of the map. We know B rushes can be viable for some teams in later stages. We saw the infamous OG rush towards the B bomb site that led to their demise, essentially.
Just important to note here, the Kriegs have come out on the Mousesports side. Frozen's bought into one, Woxic's got one, and Rops has one to his name. So a little bit desperate here as the Krieg maybe needed to be picked up to get them some early scalps. We mentioned that AWP wasn't in the reach of Woxic right now, so seeing if he can be serviceable with that.
Well, they're going for the same boost again, but looks at things here. This time operating a lot quicker. So see if they can nail it this time. Not going to be looking for all. He's actually at the close doors. Oh, they're fumbling
close.
again.
He's going to see it all.
They get the frag. That's actually huge. It looked like a Mousesports error, but in the end, as the frag comes in, it actually truly favors Mousesports in every way. They've taken down the star AWPer, 20 frags to Device's name, but he won't be contributing any into the 24th round, a crucial one where Mousesports have hit the Krieg panic button. I remind you, old patch, this is the same Krieg that everyone got their knickers in a twist about.
So right now, they haven't actually rotated any players over towards A to worry about catwalk because Dupree's AWP can see it from middle. So they're just leaving ZipX here as contact. And now that Glaive's starting to push up mid, they're thinking it's the Na'Vi long again. But it's all going to come down to timing right here. Rops rotating back through spawn, Glaive pushing up middle. If Mouse make this kill, that should be the round.
We'll see if it comes through. Towards long, Dupree willing to challenge multiple players there, and Karrigan nails it. Still a bit of a gap in the smoke. ZipX could save the day here. It'll be Glaive to make the first decision, though. HE thrown, smoke deployed, and still a chance for ZipX to save the day here. Gets a great kill. Bomb goes down, but surely he'll be done for here. Now it's just Glaive. Remember, down towards CT spawn. Already been battered and bruised, and it's going to be a Mousesports round here. He'll have to save.
all came down to that opening fumbled pick yet again. Device could see them boosting, shot them through the door.
He hit them down to 25, right?
And they still lose the round right there. So the mistake from Mousesports actually turned into a positive as an opener right there. And you don't normally say that in Counter-Strike.
They definitely need to work on that a bit more. It should be one of those maneuvers where you're jumping up, it's one jump, and you get to see the boost you're intending for.
It's probably very finicky, but you're right. If you're going to pull it out in a match of this gravitas,
magnitude,
exactly, you want to make sure that you're nailing it time and time again.
So I think you could see Christian was trying to get himself on that little corner, the far corner of the highest box, so that we could see the angle they were going for over this tiny little gap. You can see the long doors, the long corner is the angle they were actually eventually going to try and peek. Still, they save 3 rifles, all happy, all good, and unfortunately for them, the fallout of their Krieg purchase. This is the frag onto dupreeh. This is a big one.
This was that could have been a collateral kill from the orb there. They were all lined up perfectly. Had he killed just one of them, he probably does damage or kills the second. So a very important kill from Karrigan there, keeping the team alive, but the money is far from broken as another double orb setup comes through here, and it's the second US Air Force tactical timeout from Astralis here, as they just recalibrate, work out what's been going wrong, as they've managed to lose, remember, 5 rounds in a row to kick this half off, and now they've broken their streak of 3 successful rounds.
Is that Magus right there I can see with the saved Krieg from Glaive?
Yeah.
So he, as the solo B player, will actually probably be given a lot more responsibility this round, which means you can have a more heavy mid-defensive Astralis would like with this double orb setup, or even using that Krieg in mid-doors, a little bit more versatile as he rotates back. This could be huge, because that was a saved gun from Glaive right there, and we've been talking about the impact of the SG and Krieg throughout Pro League Season 11. Let's see if it comes on through for the CTs here.
Yeah, especially on the defensive side. That's been the main topic of discussion. Of course, Astralis changing the conversation with their recent choice not to invest in the Krieg on the T side, of course, will not be so relevant anymore. Recent patch, for those that missed it, did pull the SG back in line with other rifles. This is a tight line, a waiting game.
Yeah, Device seems to be aware of it, though. The Voxic, he'll strike first, taking down Glaive. That's been a key duel, and they will get out of that difficult position as well. Device pulling the trigger, but not connecting the shot. Mousesports still trying to pull this one back on Dust2. It's their pick. Absolutely blown out of the water 2 days ago. And now, looking much more competitive. A 5-on-4 in their favor here in round number 25. 3 on that secondary orb has been powerful, but a minute on the clock here. Final play will be coming in soon.
How do they build upon this one-man advantage into ZeuwoKCDZ's domain and beheads him? Karrigan, that's exactly what his squad needed. Finds his 10th frag, and now he's bringing the aggression. He confirms there's an AWP on B. That should surely lead to the resources being thrown towards this solo AWP presence on A. It's dupreeh. He's got to be responsible for long and short, and you can see it's a matter of time before he gets overwhelmed here. One shot necessary. Hits it. Chris J down, bomb down, and WOXIC can't find the initial trade. He's going to walk straight into the crosshairs of dupreeh, and he takes the shot he needs to hit.
Yeah, that was a must-hit shot. And now Rops and the backstabs coming through. It's going to be a round going in their favor. Majors can do nothing about it but try and hold on to his Krieg at this stage. Mousesports have done enough here. They win the round, but they do not take down Majors to recover the AWP. Their money's actually pretty broken on the CT side as well. They'll be getting, in terms of loss bonus, $2,400 into the next round. On top of that, around 1,000 right now. So a saved AWP leads into a partial buy, but not a full investment.
One of the problems that I've seen creeping in with this double AWP setup we've seen so far from Astralis, so we haven't seen a lot of it, but so far the spawns have led dupreeh going over towards the A-bomb side. dupreeh is normally over towards that B side of things.
The mid doors,
which means it looks like we're getting some more clunky duels, because as an AWPer, you get used to your routines of places you like to pick. Remember when Device went into B and tried to pick upper, he gets taken down early? That's not a normal duel for Device. Device is normally over towards that A side. So these spawns right here are really making this double AWP setup of Astralis a little bit funkier. We'll see if we do go back to the single AWP. This is, oh dear, you don't love it.
Just good to see how quickly, how little of WOXIC was visible. I always find that so interesting. We were doing that actually when we were at home, right? Just going through how much of me is visible when, because it is counterintuitive actually in Counter-Strike.
Well, the right eye peak, right? We don't talk about it enough, but it is influential in a lot of these fights right there. But WOXIC was actually left eye peeking into dupreeh there, so the fact he gets it even higher reactions for him. But nades over long. Karrigan, he's going to push out. He's being blind and he's been spotted as well.
And segregated by that smoke. Chris J's got no choice but to push through and hope for the best here. Luckily, they've managed to push the CTs back. And in terms of the investment, we did say it'd be a partial buy around the saved AWP with Device with the sniper, Majors with the Deagle. Need to be very careful if you're alone and committed. Rops will fall back. Knowing that if he gets dropped there, giving an AK over to Mages could be very detrimental indeed, to say the very least.
Wow. Chris J, he goes for the leap. He even flashed it. He felt like he did his due diligence and still catches a bullet into the bottom.
Oh, it's a race now. When will they rotate?
Yeah, so now they know the orb's ever towards the A side of the map. You can see him trying to reposition, get ever towards B before device can, but he's already made his way over. A commitment with the AK, surprise attack. Spacing not amazing here, but it should be enough for the trader. He gets 2 with the MP9.
Wow.
So, device with a chance here. They've double smoked the doors. Things can get a little bit clunky. And Vox, if he nails this, he should be right back in contention, but he misses the shot.
And look at Device, this cheeky maneuver straight through the smoke. He tried to catch them off guard as soon as the bomb went down, but Frozen too quick. And now, with the incendiary being deployed, there's another Molotov on Frozen. It's going to come down to this frag, ZeuwoKCDZ5hJiBX12YBJbhjfLTs onto WoXiK, aggressively holding the tunnels for now. There is no kit, so they're going to have to be quick. Glaive on doors. They want to try and have contact on the same time. Another flash to buy some time. And now he's been spotted, back exposed, and he has to hit this cleanly. He can't. 13-13. They equalize. Triple kill for WoXiK.
WoXiK just lighting them up right now, doing a great job as he gets his 20th frag in total. We knew he could perform, like he said, he got 14 AWP kills in the series the other day where they got 16-1 and 16-3. He had more AWP kills than Device. So he's still looking very sharp out there, nailing the must-hit shots, and even with the Krieg as well, getting it all done here. Lovely work, and it does tie things up, 13-13. There is a buy available as the double orbs come out once again for Astralis here, and WoXiK showing his confidence as he just barrels down towards middle here, looking for that first duel. But no CT on the other side, and bomb recovered from T-spawn here. So another default up towards short. Nice move, just to check all the angles of short there.
Yeah, I like that. Christian also used his teammate's crouching head to mantle onto Xbox in the previous round. He's always got the extra evidence of comfort within the game, has Chris J. He's been playing it for a damn long time.
Long smoke or flash setup. So Carrigan can get out, but it's actually Frozen. Who will be dropped first? Flashing effective, but maybe Carrigan can say something about this.
Going for the nutmeg here. Zippy too aware, but can't convert the frag.
How has he not got that one?
Oh, that's everything. Mousesports suddenly have like an actual shout into this round.
Because now look at the pressure. Device is now looking towards short and long. This is a bit of a nightmare for him. Dupree, same angle we saw before. Rob's there this time. Just trying to show some long presence here.
That Molly, and they run boost to keep his aim busy. Chris J's found one on the flank. Rops arrives now perfectly after biding his time. A good move from Mouse, but as the dust settles 2v2 and Glaive's regrouping short, doesn't want to find this duel until... Oh, I think he got him spotted. WoXiK's got a good idea. Looking for the right angle and takes the shot cleanly. Magisk in the 1 versus 2 and a perfect find onto WoXiK. The trade's there though, and Carrigan, 2 more frags to add to the impact frag tally.
Yeah, he is absolutely killing it in the second half. You can see that he really struggled on Dust 2 in the first day. He wasn't getting much done at all, but he's kept them alive here. He's won 2 astonishing clutches so far, managing to keep them in the lead at this point as well. They've actually taken it as they go 14 and 13 up. The money's going to be in a very compromised position for Astralis as well. After a 10-5 victory in the first half, you'd think, all things considered, everything we know about this result recently, it would be a Astralis victory, hands down. But Mousesports have managed to get another opening kill through the edge of the wall, straight to the dome there of Magisk. They've got a 5-on-4 looking for map point.
This is where the desk punching started for Astralis over there in Odense. Dust 2 was the 3rd and final map. They lost at 16-14. They might not get as far this time round.
Yeah, the T side from Mousesports has been phenomenal. Winning the pistol, converting it cleanly, did give them the lead they needed, and now, well, into the weapon rounds, and they've broken the CT economy. They're coming in defending match point with CZs, Scout and a Deagle, biding their time, cutting their losses. Accepting that 15 will be Mouse's, and WoXiK's just going through the formalities. Another kill. 2, in fact. WoXiK plays a nice spot to at least do some damage. He's tagged 2 with the Scout, but unfortunately unlikely to have much more to say about it. Glaive did well to find Chris J. WoXiK converts.
Well, that should be it, I'm afraid. Glaive with just the MP7 here. 1 kill to his name this round. Lots of damage being done by that scout, but that's where it should end. Rob's all towards the long doors here. The best Glaive can hope for is taking 1 player down and upgrading to a rifle, so he can even drop an orb going into that next round. They'll have maximum loss bonus after losing 5 rounds in a row once this one's completed. Shadow advantage if he goes into the long doors, as you'll see, so Robs will get the advantage there, and just fire off some shots and confirm that the last player's towards long.
They can let him keep his SMG. They're not too bothered about that, it seems. Feel free, take the MP7, take whatever you can find, because we've got 15 on our map pick after being 10-5 down on the half. Quite the comeback from Mouse.
Yeah, that is astonishing. So exact same maps picked, but in a different order, and a very different result so far. It's actually Mousesports, after losing 16-1 on this map, and 1 round away from picking it up. Vox to get the opening pick through the corner of the wall as well. Took down MAhvMh7zeuwoKCDZ with the flashbang there from Karrigan as well. Just nailing every single shot. There's a reason we called him one of the world's best Dust 2 snipers. You can see it come into full fruition now. Not going down without a fight. Astralis need 2 rounds in a row to take us to overtime. They'll take their 3rd US Air Force tactical timeout now and have the M4s out. No double orb setup. Device 23 kills. Dupree with 21. With the double orbs, you'd think that would be enough, but apparently not here. Got to be struggling as they need 2 rounds just to stay alive here. Kriegs are out in full force as well.
Yeah,
Screw the AK-47.
say.
That's done now. We'll get 4 Kriegs, the AWP, all utility. Mousesports are going to close this one out with a bang.
Finish strong. 2 chances, Astralis up against the ropes. A map they are familiar with victory on against the same opponent, but oh, straight through the doors, the salt in the wound. Karrigan, wow. He rubs it in, he takes the head off Magisk, and now ChrisJ just balls deep straight into B. He's found the duel with Dupree, it gets traded, and Mousesports, they could just be forcing Astralis to go play retake B. Woxic needs to survive, he hasn't, that's a very valuable duel to win.
Yeah, there'll be no saving now, they've got to go for this. It's a 3-on-3, and in terms of utility, they can smoke the tunnels, Molotov the bomb site as well, which they have done, but Karrigan already gets the bomb planted, re-smokes the doors here, and now they're going through the window. They're actually going to be challenging very quickly at this point. Flashbang to come over, the Molotov, that's going to slow them down. A great Molotov deployed here. They're smoking the tunnels, but what can they really do at this stage?
Devices drop the orb, that makes sense. Flashes in, a second for ZipX to peek window. Glaive's getting into position 2. Off the flashbang, they commit. Smokes, Molotovs, Karrigan gets another one. ZipX and Glaive, however, have they done enough? The spray's not there, and he's got enough time. I think he's got the kid as well. Astralis survived by the skin of their teeth.
Wow, it comes right down to the wire, and Glaive will win it out there. It looked like the Krieg swing for the double doors could have been enough. 2 kills required there from the car position, but he only gets the 1, and Astralis have done it. Their money won't be great for this final round. I'm not even sure they recovered the AWP. Karrigan opened things up with a kill through the double doors of the Krieg. They rush in, they get the trades required, but they can't topple Astralis just yet. Glaive will fend them off from the car. And we go into round number 30 here. The final tactical timeout used by Astralis. They have been pushed right to the wall here. It looked like it was their map after the 10-5 first half showing. But now they'll enter round number 30 with an MP9, the M4s, a severe lack of utility. Glaive with nothing, Device with a decoy, Dupree with 1 smoke.
I can't believe they even came back after losing a 5v4 and the B side was taken. That retake, so calm under pressure. Glaive winning that 1v1 was everything. And so they get another chance.
Yeah, it's still going to be a very difficult round to pick up with the lack of resources they have, but they do have the AWP. It could be enough. Same story for Voxic here. No initial kill from the Krieg this time. Round 30. Very different story to what we saw a couple of days ago. Opening kill for Device. Takes down the Danger Man in the form of Voxic as well. Those sniper battles have been very interesting to watch as ChrisJ sets up a boost inside the B tunnels here, trying to look towards a bomb site. They got to jump up one more time. Hasn't really worked out for them.
That was a silent dismount.
Yeah,
very smooth.
Good job.
Could hear a pin drop right now. This is such a tense round.
Tension mounting. Mousesports, now they have to overcome the man disadvantage, just as Astralis did in round 29. On the T side, can be more difficult.
4 kills away from overtime and less than a minute on the clock. And Astralis have got the opening kill. Device is hungry for more though. Dodges the flashbang effectively. There was that second shot, finds the bomb. 5 on 3. Is he going to stay and fight or fall back to the safety of his teammates? He gets flashed off and Mages will come back in. It looks like they've done enough here. 5 versus 1. We're going to overtime. You wouldn't want it any other way in the semi-final here. Mousesports, a great showing, but Astralis showing a tenacity that they're known for. They're not chokers anymore. They've brought this right back, and we're back and forth as we get into a 16K MR3 overtime here. Meaning it goes first to 19 or 18-18, we go to double. I dare say that could happen here.
Yeah, it certainly could. I love what Device did there. He had to make a play. Not only does he take down WoXiC to start it all off, he's taking the double doors fight in a round like that, where if he goes down, they could very well concede the whole map. He wins that duel and finds 2 more. Great work. But into the overtime, because ropz isn't holding any punches back. He just goes straight out long and just knocks Magic's teeth out. That's the advantage seized by Mousesports. The nade looks promising for damage, and it does. Half Frozen's health. But Astralis, they want to fight. They're throwing flashes back in. They re-aggress straight into the spray. Another SG frag for Karrigan, and the spray from Glaive is so close, but a Glock of all things from ChrisJ. No bullets left in his AK mag, but he still pulls it out with the sidearm, and now 2 AWPs. And make it 1. WoXiC will connect onto Device.
Very convincing round here from Mousesports. Remember, 16K means you can buy up into the round, but if you're buying double AWP setups, that becomes very expensive very quickly. And we'll see Mousesports with a very convincing first round here. Frozen with decent spawn towards long as well. Round 2 coming up, 1-0.
Look at the damage. Look how much damage he did to ChrisJ. You can see 197 damage in the round, but 1 kill. Yeah. That was ChrisJ. He finished off with a Glock of all things. My God, down to 2 HP.
Damn, that's annoying for him. Great shot from Frozen to close things out. That's all 2-3. Single AWP set up again. 1-0 Mousesports. No damage done on the door this time. They send 2 players down from T-spawn running up towards short. Frozen's out at the blue bin once again. Manages to keep himself alive here with the smoke. Karrigan's already in CT spawn. Yeah,
what the hell is going on here? He's caught Glaive out. The battle of the in-game leaders. It's oh so sweet for Karrigan. He's caught Glaive sleeping. Had a nade in his hand towards CT. How does he even get there? Straight out the doors, exploiting the gaps. Now Device is having an awkward duel of his own. He has to focus his attention on Karrigan. He can't even win the duel. Deagle v Krieg.
I'm loving this from Mousesports. They're going for the Hail Mary plays now. Karrigan running out middle doors, knowing their tendencies, finds Glaive with a knife out, crossing over. It's the perfect sort of approach in overtime as well. You've already demonstrated your entire playbook. You've shown your defaults, your executions. Let's start throwing through mid doors. Let's start throwing some spanners into the works here. And you can see Astralis not able to handle it or read that sort of play coming through. Great shot from Karrigan. 2 kills in the round, really coming into his own now. He was, what, 2 and 12 at one point?
Yeah.
And now he sits at 17 and 24. Sure, the deaths are still right up there, but he's actually doing a very good job of finding impact rounds.
I mean, when you have an entire play style of exploiting gaps, sometimes those gaps just won't be there. And that death toll definitely does testify to the similar style. We will see 17 then for Mouse. They've got the first 2 out of the gate of overtime. We talked about the T-side dominance of Dust 2, though, and that is certainly relevant. Let's not forget double digits were found on Astralis' T-side too. But a 2-1 split, Chad, Astralis probably wouldn't be too unhappy about that.
I think that they're in a bit of trouble, actually, to be completely honest with you. Their first half was all based off the fact that they were getting respect off of their initial gun round, which was conditioning long but attacking B, so keeping all parts of the map active at one time. When we kick it into overtime, or overdrive is how Mousesports are playing right now, I think they're going to take a lot more risks when they get over to their first CT-sided gun round, and that will completely unravel all the hard work Astralis did.
Well, they did some damage there with the auto sniper, unfortunately to their own team. So that'll be ChrisJ taking a bullet in the arse, but absolutely fine still, as Astralis will have the single AWP set up once again. Device with a chance to strike here, connects the shot. ChrisJ having a rough time out there. It's the second sniper bullet in his back now. They're still alive and kicking.
Yeah, that's a good point, God. He's had his war wounds very early into the 3rd round of this overtime. Karrigan has done it again, though.
How is he doing
He's
this?
Just walking into A. He's dropping CT. He wants to fight with Device. Gives him the upgrade onto the Krieg. It makes sense for a duel like that. But what is the finish for Mouse? They slow it down. Karrigan still pulling the strings despite his absence in the round itself. 2 AWPs definitely doesn't look ideal.
No, not on the T side, but ChrisJ certainly capable of using the weapon. WoXiC a master of it. Holds towards middle. Astralis just won 1 round here on their CT side of overtime. 2-0 down. Currently sits on a 4-on-4, 50 seconds on the clock. Back towards long they go. A defensive hold of the corner from Dupree. ZeuwoKCDZ, same story in the pit.
I expect Frozen to throw that Molotov, or at least to throw his gaze towards the yeah, chooses the latter, and WOKCCC will find the frag. Traded. Dupree doesn't have the health to stick around. Now he has none. WOKCCC deletes him. A 2 versus 3. Mousesports looking for the perfect TMR3 overtime. That's the smoke for the cross.
Different sign. There you go.
And across they go. The jump cost Rops his life. Just enough to get the frag. Now a 2v2.
He actually jumped at the worst possible place. The smallest gap in the smoke at the very top of it, the apex, that's where he jumps into. And that Krieg, Astralis showing how powerful it is. 2-on-2 now. Can they find one round here? This shot might decide it. WOKCCC nails it again. Device looking for his 30th kill. Not going to find it. We got 3-0 for Mousesports. That might be a lock-in.
I'm not sure Astralis have got anything left to say. I mean, we haven't seen their T-half in a while. I will remind you, it was serviceable. It was impressive.
They got 10 rounds.
10 rounds.
They did a great job. You know, they picked up pistol. They were able to convert. They had that very shaky second round of the game. And then they battled on through. They kept Mousesports strung out. They couldn't do any gamble stacks. But that's why I think this changes right here. You just swept your T-half of overtime, Mousesports. You can make a risk here within the first on the second half of overtime.
They've gone for a double orb setup on the CT side as well. We didn't see much of that in regulation. So we'll see if Chris J can close things out right here, right now. Carrigan certainly coming to life here. He's handling it well, though. M4A1S towards the pit. He's used flashbangs very effectively. Pumps out a lot of damage there towards Dupree. Is there a double kill available? Apparently not. It will be Astralis having the lead for now. 4-on-3. They've got long control as they flash off now, thinking there might be another player available. WOKCCC, close to finding another kill there, but Chris J nailed his. This could be it now.
That was big. Glaive had to make a choice. Fight or flight. Flames were behind him. Chase chooses to fight him down and actually finding that shot, looking for a no-scope. WOKCCC, that's the Hail Mary play if ever I saw one. They want to just go for the elevator boost. This could be a short end for Rops, but he's actually managed to find the frag and fall off.
So they're going to fall back and push towards shore now. Knowing the bomb's only being planted at this stage, it will be clear, though, that both players have gone back towards shore. They can't really go long here. See if Rops opts to do it. So they're not going to stay together, actually looking to pincer this one. Means there's a lot of pressure on this first shot. Doesn't nail it. WOKCCC now goes down. And this is where it becomes very tricky for Rops. The fact he's gone long now, there's no trade potential towards short, and he has to find 2 kills and defuse the bomb from a very far distance.
Yeah, this should just be the orb closing this one out, right? You would assume.
If he can do some, like, it's overtime, so even the damage doesn't matter. If he can get his hands on a Krieg, or if he can save that AK, that's fine. That's better than nothing. You only need 1 round, remember? So if they can just bolster their forces for that 1 round.
And him being the B-side player as well, having the AK-47, it's much better than an M4, right? So that all works out. Might as well keep the AK. No financial damage to be done, as Chad just mentioned. So we will see Magisk opening things up here towards the pit. What a brawl it was. It looked like Carrigan, all the flashes thrown as well. You can see him focusing on the flashbangs. You can buy 2 of those. It's the only bit of utility you can. You'll see a lot more CTs on Dust to purchase those, knowing they need to get out of a lot of difficult fights like that.
I will mention that Astralis have gone against the anti-Krieg mindset in overtime, as you can understand. You can definitely understand that one.
We need some rounds here, boys. Give 1 more up, it's all done. So might as well. As they make 5 players, or make it 4 towards B. Device patrolling in the mid area.
Oh, but Rops is lined up, but he doesn't do anything. A little bit of damage, trivial really in the grand scheme. He wants to fight.
He's going in.
2 flashes, he needs to peek. There's just doing the dance on the doors, but they're all there, and he didn't anticipate it. Now the smokes will be deployed, and he should be locked out of this site. Frozen's going for some wild wallbangs. Not going to be able to convert any just yet. It's not far off. Magisk to suppress, Carrigan to flank, but Glaive's ready for it.
That's going to be the round, I'm afraid. It comes down to round number 3 here. Double orbs won't be retaking this bomb site, I can tell you that much, as they'll be caught by Glaive. As Chad already mentioned, money not a huge factor here. They can still bring out a double orb setup with Robs on $13,000. I remember he did save the AK-47, but had all 5 have gone down, 16K still can have a bit of issues on the CD side of money if you want to run double orbs throughout, but there won't be a huge talking point here. As Astralis have managed to do it, 2-0. 1 more round for double overtime, and everything's reset once again. They'll remain on the T side, the more favored side, it would seem, between these 2.
Dak-Daks are out. Henry, year of the Dak-Dak. The auto sniper showing another appearance here.
The year of the auto sniper. It's starting to land damage as well. Rob's down to 71. WOKCCC, though, happy to challenge towards top or middle. Not quite a T-spawn. Oh, spots 1. Dupree. Key information there. WOKCCC, though, has been so sharp at the orb. Himself and Device have been fantastic. Both sat on 29 frags. Device with 7 opening duel victories. Voxic with 7 as well. So they're neck and neck in terms of frags and level of performance. Both of these snipers just giving it hell out there.
I mean, I wouldn't want anything less for a semi-final. Both of them delivering is a Counter-Strike fan's dream. Voxic's been forced out of middle. He's actually chosen to defend from B, so a 2-3 split for the CTs. Mid doors is being postured full. You can see this is quite reminiscent of what we saw from Mousesports. Taking the control, this time some smokes, and will pull the incendiary out. A second smoke typically means the commitment, if I've been listening to Henry G Counter-Strike School. Good nade. And a good follow-up. Voxic's actually managed to find 2 on this one. This could be it. Astralis is dust 2 hopes, hinge on 2. dupreeh and ZipX, who've both filled the feed, and now recovering an AWP as well.
Knowing he's going to need that. He's going to have to pick off players here. They can't just sit back in a crossfire. He needs to be active. He needs to be challenging towards the tunnels. And that's what dupreeh's going to do right now. Gets control. Remember, 1 round will do it. Mousesports can get this. They take us to Inferno with this map under their belt. They currently have a massive lead. 3 on 2. ZipX down at 8 HP. But we know what Astralis are like. They can win these rounds. They have 1 more Molotov available as well. All it takes is 1 fumbled move here from Mousesports and come tumbling down.
Oh, and already 1 man gone. dupreeh doesn't even get a chance to pull the trigger a second time. And Mousesports, they've got time. It's 19-17. Dust 2. Mousesports take their pick.
No fake friends, no pretend. Yo, think I might have found my 10. Oh, posted up in my 10. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. That's no game, Nintendo. I don't ever run.
He's got 11k in the bank and an AWP on his back already. That's quite the setup for a CT side. 9k for ROPS as well. My God, they have definitely felt the benefit of ROPS' eco frags.
And still, look at, we don't have many HEs. We don't have full utility on all the players over there on the Astralis side of things. So for them to get banana control, maybe it will be a bit of a slower approach. They won't be able to do as much damage as what they normally would. So Molotov towards the top, and it will hold the CTs at bay. You've got WOXIC peeking ever aggressive as per usual.
Good flash from Carrigan, but he receives one. And it's down to the spray down. Does a lot of damage towards Device, but ultimately it starts with his first pick. Very aggressive scenes here from Mousesports. Device, while blind, gets the first kill. Reaction play, though. Push towards the bedroom. Dude, needs to be very careful here, aware of it. Takes Chris down, but does he know the second player's in position? Jumps up. ROPS with his back turned right now.
Wow, he was not expecting dupreeh to follow up on that frag. Perhaps assumed he was a little further down, probably called stairs as opposed to on the balcony itself, and very smooth move from dupreeh to give them not only the frags, but it seems the round as well. Bomb will be going down on A. The last two Mousesports players, or House Sports players as they've redubbed themselves, do manage to just find one consolation frag, but that will be the fourth for Astralis, and that's what they needed. Doing so cleanly as well, that's going to put them right back where they wanted to be.
Absolutely true. 4 players surviving. Same story for Mousesports, so they will keep up the AWP and the AK-47, but it's all down to dupreeh, managing to find the initial kill towards the apartments, baiting out the second. ROPS had no idea. I assume he didn't hear the jump up towards the bedroom position. Astralis maintain the lead, though. Going to go up 4 and 3 here. dupreeh just inspecting the corpse, making sure that everything's in order.
He's actually dead, just making sure. Not playing.
So there it is, Astralis on their map pick, up 4 and 3 now at T-side. Known for dupreeh's presence towards the boiler room. Looking very good so far after winning the pistol and getting the 3-0 conversion. All gal for Carrigan. WOXIC still for $8,000 after saving the AWP. So they've got a couple of buys in the bag here. Big round coming up.
What's the call from Glaive? What does he want to present? What does he want Carrigan to chew over? The battle for banana supremacy does continue. Device preemptively throwing out that smoke, expecting the push, but he gets nades instead. No bullets.
Yeah, remember he got the opening kill of the previous round as well. Another grenade goes down.
How many is that? That's 3 now. He's seen the 3 HEs, which is enough to build the picture of the 3 members of Mouse sticking around.
There's still an incendiary available as well. Chris J holds at the flashbang. Oh, it's a perfect incendiary. Device is dead. They don't need to fight this anymore. They even could lose a second frag here. Happy to challenge still, and I think they lose another kill. It's going to be MAhvMh7zeuwoKCDZ5hJiBX12YBJbhjfLTs taking advantage of the aggression there, the over-aggression, I would say, from the CT side. Back towards middle we go. ROPS on the atrium could save the day.
Yeah, WOXIC wants to take the first shot, and their attention's drawn. Bomb drop, double kill. He has to worry about apps, and that cost him his life. dupreeh did manage to find the necessary frag. Now WOXIC close quarters AWPing. He avoids the flash, but he scopes, and dupreeh elevates himself over the scope itself. Powerful round from dupreeh.
It's Carrigan, though. He's won a lot of clutches today, but this one looks so difficult. One player towards graveyard. As soon as dupreeh peeks, fires one bullet in his general direction, he goes down. Still safe for now, but there it is. As soon as he has a look, he had no chance there. Astralis shut down the aggression there from Mousesports. Even after getting the first kill, they kept applying pressure towards Banana, and eventually it all fell apart. 5-3, and the first US Air Force tactical timeout used by Mousesports here, as they do have enough money to buy into this round, but they're still having questionable decisions here. Way too much aggression up there, getting the advantage, continuously challenging, and you see that was the kill that really decided it. And it's strange that ROPS didn't save the day here. I thought he did enough, but
yeah.
dupreeh from the apartments.
I want to play devil's advocate for them continuing to fight Banana. We talk about how important it is to either keep brackets control or Banana control, and Astralis are the masters at this map when it comes to utility usage, so they're all in to continue to fight for Banana. Trading 1 for 1 isn't enough. If you can trade one of your players for 2 of theirs, you set yourself in a position to play 2-2. So them continuing to go all in with that fight, I can see where they're coming from. You don't want to be playing these late round executes against Astralis because they can make it happen.
So you wanted to end it there?
You want to make sure that they're thrust into like a really awkward, you know, 4v3 or 3v3 situation where they had to use everything in that standard fight right there. So Mousesports unfortunately not able to convert. It looked good. The utility usage was very good on Device. Oh, they fluffed it, and he's still cross middle. Huge risk there from WOXIC, but it won't come back to bite him as in Banana. It looks like a nuke's gone off. 2 players have taken so much damage. Magisk and Device.
Magisk is just shaken. I mean, he's lost 95 health. I'm almost certain that was nades, though.
Well, he's gone now.
Frozen.
That's going to be Chris J converting the damage done by the initial utility. We all have a 5-on-4. Carrigan battered and bruised as well, but back towards B they go. Glaive, Molotov in the corner. Bomb still down in T steps just to know. ZiPX is going to recover it right now. B finished looking very likely. Just going to be throwing the traditional smokes towards CD spawn and coffins, making their way through. Glaive happy with his position with the AK-47, but vision removed by the smoke.
So an A execute, excuse me, a B execute.
So coffins for Device. First oranges, or new boxes for ZiPX. And in we go.
Chris J's going to be safe on Emo, so he can just bide his time. Carrigan to get the contact. He's low HP, so they want him to go down first, then Frozen can strike. So there's Carrigan, and now the other pieces can, well, I would say, whir into action, but he's taking his time. Frozen, the trigger discipline, could come back to haunt him. He has to stop that bomb plan, and ZiPX safe. Just the toes exposed through the smoke. Frozen brings him down to 69. 3 members of Mousesports are all going to be rotating in. One's a little late to the party. WOXIC's only just about going to get there.
Yeah, there's still a good chance Astralis can win this round, even in a 3-on-2. They have no grenades, but ZiPX looks like he's ready to challenge towards CT spawn any second now. Bomb is over the halfway mark, and there it comes. The flashbang over. They have to start moving now. They have no smoke of the defuse. Flashbang coming through, and ZiPX nails the first shot. Can he find a second? Apparently not. Device, though, 2-on-1 clutch. He might have done enough here against AWP, and it absolutely has. The bomb was in such an awkward spot as well. Astralis went out in a 3 versus 2. Device, he'll survive as well. Did he grab the orb? Not quite, but still a resounding victory for Astralis.
Well, now Mousesports are in a lot of trouble here, right? They're 6-3 in the hole on the CT side of Inferno. Their economy is now in question. Their loss bonus is only built to, well, 2,400 coming into this round. Next round, it'll be the 2,900. So it should be a partial right now. But you can see how they struggled. When that was a 5v4 situation, that B bomb site, they're unable to hold it right there. Even with Frozen staying up and over the top to give them the number advantage for that post plant, it's not enough. So that you can see why they want to continue to fight in these positions like Banana and top mid, so it can't go down to those scenarios right there.
Right. The executions are powerful from Astralis, so forging the chaos before it can get to those situations. It certainly does make sense as a game plan. For now, though, you talked about their broken money. Yes, they've accepted that this one will be just the deco.
Yeah, it's all they really can do with this. One smoke, at least on the B side of the map. Frozen alone here. If he gets a 1D and then gets a smoke down, who knows? But smoke will be planted, and unfortunately it's a little bit too late. Device already beats him to the punch, and it will be pretty much round confirmed. You can see how effectively they're taking the B side. Even up against the pistols, you have to treat them like gun rounds still. Smoking everything, the Molotov's going down. Carrigan maybe denies a plant here. Good stuff to get the kill, but the bomb does go down. So not the most exciting round there, but still it will be Astralis extending the lead here to 7-3. In terms of loss bonus, we will have 2,900 for next round of 4 Mousesports. So maybe even a double orb setup. They might have to change things up completely considering how bad this is going for them. Chris J and Robs save deal on armor. They might as well at this point save a bit of cash going forward.
This is seeming like similar scenes to what we had when these guys went down just the other day. 2 days ago, they played. Inferno was the 16-3 scoreline. Dust 2 was the 16-1 scoreline, if I remember rightly here. So Mousesports currently held to the same amount of rounds as they were able to pick up last time. And one of the reasons for that, if you are a newer Counter-Strike viewer, is Astralis basically defined the way Inferno is played, especially over towards this banana area of the map. Just the utility usage was something that they ushered in. Everybody's quickly followed along. But they're just so potent on a map like Inferno, and historically Nuke.
Yeah.
But Nuke is coming up next. If we go the distance. If Mousesports going to turn this around. Hold on, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. Lots of rounds of Counter-Strike ahead of us.
Certainly, but I'm right with you. I'm ready to start fawning over the potential for Nuke already. That would be very exciting, considering what we've seen from both teams on Nuke recently as well. Oh, baby, yes, please. This is stuff we've already seen. We've seen Inferno does too. This one's a little more resistant. Robs damage. Does get the kill as well. Dupree down to 27. Chris J panicking to reposition.
Just a complete change of pacing here from Astralis. Right up towards middle. 4 players make their way through. They've traded out a kill, and Chris J's in a lot of trouble here. Flashbang will come through, but Astralis finding kills. He's actually snuck through the smoke here. They might have done enough. Frozen certainly seems to think so, as he'll bring it down to a 3 versus 1. ZipX making a lot of noise. He knows exactly where the last player is. Should be a matter of time to pull the trigger, and there it is. Mousesports, after losing 4 rounds in a row, will pull one back. Due to the change of pace from Astralis, instead of going away from the traditional default into execution, they've actually just ran up towards top of middle, which is probably fine, Chad.
It didn't work for them against Fnatic because JW, he unraveled it every single time. This one had a bit of a different look. They're actually able to get up to the site, but Chris J's defensive smoke right there put enough of a pause on them to be able to rotate through and help him on out.
Where did he throw it?
He was in the site, right? So he just dropped it just in front of him in the site to deny them entry, and he was actually using that to see over towards the apartment's position. But Fnatic...
the one-way smoke, carbine deployed. Ooh, doesn't use it.
He's a brave boy.
He really is, isn't he?
Might go for the nutmeg here.
He could do. Well, he'll know another player's on the other side now. Trying to find him.
Oh, he's got his number.
What are you up to? He has no idea the device could be this pushed up. Through the smoke, nutmegs him. Round 8 for Astralis looking likely.
Yeah, and the map, I would say, they are not turning up to this one. 5 on 3. It's already guaranteed this round will fall in favor of the Danes.
They should even chase this time round, right? You can see, I know their money's not fantastic, but ZipX's forward position means they can only be in A or CT spawn right now. So if you want, as Astralis, once this bomb goes down and the time slowly starts to tick, tighten the grip. ZipX has already got them cottoned off towards A. They can't push. He's just double checking to make sure they haven't slipped the net at any point. And if you wanted to as Astralis, you could push through spawn. It doesn't appear they want to. They value their cash money in this situation.
Apparently so. I guess considering they do have 3 players at absolute 0, just want to make sure they farm as much cash as they possibly can. No risk giving up any AK-47s, and so that'll be the case here. We've got ZipX slowly making his way up towards the end of the apartments. We have got a bit of a creep from Glaive as well. We don't often expect this sort of position. We'll see if they do. Rob's about to fall off, gets himself a couple of kills. It's getting very expensive now. Mages will at least make up for that. So 1 frag will do. They keep 3 of themselves. Money, not amazing on the T side. So just taking Robs out of the equation to limit the finances going forward is fine. Device throwing the orb on the roof.
Or trying.
It
gets very difficult to throw the AWP away in some of these maps. It doesn't want to just stay away.
Out of there!
Bouncing back.
There we go. Nice catch. Yeah, can be difficult to hide your weapon. Hide your wife. Remember that meme? Hide your kids, hide your wife. God, that was a long time ago.
That was a different time.
That was a different generation.
I don't remember it. That's how long ago it was.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. They made like remixes of it, and everyone was like, "Wow, look at how funny this is."
I might have to go dive into the archives of the internet. Look, I've never really been one for the meme culture. It's not my thing. I don't really get a lot of the jokes.
The memes.
Yeah, all the kids, all the Zoomers out
You're
there.
more about the counter. Unfortunately, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a meme review on EPL, Chad, so you've got to be at least well-versed in that.
A new submission, of course, was made by the fantastic Reddit comment. I'm afraid I've forgotten his name already.
It was like
Magic
Black
Neo Stallion 76.
Like but it was a good one. He had the Glaive smash. But for now, Glaive smashing on the T side. You can see them actually up 8-4 here on their map pick, looking very comfortable. Some safe weaponry on the CT side, though, enables them to buy into the round of Boxic's AWP. There's an MP9 for Karrigan. But Astralis look like they're almost destined for nuke at this point. That's a bit of a specialist map for them. Boxic only on 3 kills so far on the CT side. Not as potent as he once was in Dust 2. Going for the challenge again. Is there a flashbang behind this? Well, there's certainly a headshot from Device. That is just beautiful. Round over. Call it done. They can't even defend themselves at this point, Chad.
Yeah, look, with this MP9 that Karrigan has, you question, well, does he go and try and get a kill and upgrade, or is he likely just to give away his life? I think he got the signal that the latter is probably the option on the cards here, as Astralis will put 9 on the board, and once again, they can continue to hunt. And the reason that you want to take these guns away right now is that CT side of economy. Next round, they're only going to get a $2,900 loss bonus, right? So with that $2,900, if you take away all these weapons, they will just have a low buy. It'll just be deagles and maybe some smokes. Whereas if you let them hold on to it, they can probably drop some guns across. They might be able to forge yet another buy here. So this Molotov, oh, it's not going to... Oh, they've carpeted the site. They're using so much utility late. Look at the right-hand side of your screen. There's so many nades left from Astralis right now.
They're going to use them just to take these weapons away. You've painted such a perfect picture of the thought process. Then this is why. They're punishing them all. They're finding all the frags. And $2,900 is not going to go far for Mousesports.
Astralis put their foot on the throat of Mousesports at this point. Nothing will be saved around number 14 as they'll have to partially borrow Desert Eagles and Device with 2 glorious kills there at the entrance of the B-bomb site. He just absolutely schooled them there. There was nothing more to be said about it. He's got the AWP trying to aggress in the corner here. Look at Device crossing though. First shot, beautiful. God. Second, didn't even see it coming. An absolute clothesline of performance there. And we will see round 14 come through.
I don't know about you guys. I didn't even know we had that type of technology here in the studio.
Yeah,
so
cool,
look, we're really dialing it up right now for the playoff situation.
Just to see how little of WotCCC was seen before the trigger was adjusted. Man, oh man. Talking of adjusted crosshairs, Romps wishes he did. Missed it towards Glaive and catches a bullet in return.
Last couple of rounds here. They've saved up for round 15 and it looks like number 14 is already falling apart. Both majors. What's going on here? Why are they not hitting the shots that really matter? It's Frozen pulling a couple back here. He's adjusting for it. But the bomb down, 2 versus 1, yet to recover a rifle. Flashbang Molotov into his face. That signals the end of the round, but maybe he can find another kill perhaps. We'll just save the AK straight up.
Maybe he wants to shove his HE into the corner of the pit.
There's no economic damage to do here. There'll be a gun round in for Astralis next round, no matter what. They should be able to buy and drop across whatever they need. So any damage that Frozen was able to do right there would just be for his stats, not necessarily for anything else. But while we are mentioning stats, we can take a look at the kill distribution right here, right now. On the Astralis side of things, Device leading the way yet again, 13 kills to his name. You've got 9 for Magus, he's up there. On the other side of things, Karrigan, he was leading the way earlier. I think like the first, what was it? Within the first 5 rounds of the game, he probably had 9 kills. Now he has 12. You got 12 for Frozen and 15 for Ops. 4 for WotCCC as well. Influential on their CT side success, I would say. In finding those all picks, and he's been completely nullified here. True. And Chris J, who would be the secondary AWPer down there in the doldrums as well, 4 and 8. Unable to really do anything with this. Frozen plays towards B, remember. So, like, he's not going to get that much action. Most of the focus will be towards A in the defaults. And at this stage, you're going to see them try and pick up number 5. It's not looking good here at all. And the first shot lands in favor of Device once again. What a beautiful shot it was. He's going to go buy something in spawn, is he? Just gets his AK.
Gets an AK.
Yeah.
All right, just to make sure he's got 2 options now at T-steps.
What a hard way to start this round for Mousesports.
Oh, yeah, losing your AWPer early.
So that's just because the AWP doesn't have a massive amount of impact on Inferno on the T side unless you get an opening pick right. He knows he can be more nimble and dynamic now and be with the squad. Now he's got the opening pick, throw away the AWP, and have 5 rifles. That's actually the perfect start you could ever ask for. And Astralis with a very nice call there. Just buying an AK in the nick of time. They get a boost here. Yep, works out.
Look how good they are. They're always crossing the T's, dotting the I's every single moment, every single corner. It's either a jiggle peak or it's a nade, it's a boost. It's one way to work out these peaks. And Astralis, you know, we're talking about how Na'Vi just go long on Dust 2 now. Well, Astralis are just basically going banana here. We've had some rounds end over towards A, but once they force them back from top of banana, they're able to set up these executes. It takes WotCCC AWP out of the equation, and it puts so much pressure on this side of the map. And once again, that's where they want to go.
Karrigan fires off some bullets through the smoke, does a little bit of damage, but it's all trivial at this point. He's going to be smoked off again. Trying to deny the plant if he can. There is a chance, but a small one. As soon as he fires off any bullets, he'll be met by terrorist forces as well. And now they know he's got nothing left in the clip, so he is in trouble, to say the very least. 5 versus 2, make it 1. Device on an absolute tear here. He'll close out the half with 17 kills, 11-4. It's a death sentence for Mousesports at halftime. We'll take a break and see if they can recover.
bullets from his clip, not too bad. That's some efficiency right there, and Device has done the same. Tapped away at the head of WOXIC. Looks like Astralis, they want this pistol round by force, and Device perhaps overstepping the mark there. Could be a way back in for Mouse. Headshot found by Frozen.
We'll see what can be done here. I'm not sure why they felt they had to be aggressive at that point. 5 versus 3. Felt like the job was a good one, to be honest with you, but still a chance now for Mousesports. Back towards B they go by the looks of things, but no utility. They're relying on the P250 and armor combo of Robs here. They'll have to limp in towards the B side up against 2 players there. And it's going to be Dupree and ZeuwoKCDZ ready and waiting. 1 kill would do it. And it's a good ding to open things up here, but Play unable to stop him just yet. There it is. Bomb goes down in a really awkward spot.
Yeah, Robs' frag gets him back into the round, though, because now across, and oh, he's lost his teammates. He's not even going to be able to plant. Glaives on the coffins, trying to contest. It's an awkward duel. He's expecting the swing. There's nades, there's bullets, the whole shebang. Astralis convert the pistol, puts 12 on the board very early into our second half.
Not really much done there for Mousesports. Completely ravished there. Initially by Dupree with the CZ. Opens things up. Second kill comes in with the USP. Bit of aggression from Device toward the apartments. Enables them to get 1 kill at least, but they didn't get the bomb down. And it'll be a question mark as to whether they force buy in the second or go for AKs in the third. 12-4. They've opted for the Ecos. 13-4 locked in. They're going to have to play the perfect game from here on out.
This is going to be a tough one, right? Because right now, Astralis get to snowball this round. They're just up against blocks. It's likely that they have almost a clean sweep. You're expecting at least 3 to 4 players staying alive right here. That's a fantastic start as Carrigan gets licked by the flames.
Yeah.
And now that they know they're up against the Glocks, if they do keep this as a clean sheet, going into next round, they know that the AKs are coming out, right? So this is very early. They've identified they don't have to stress too much here. Obviously, still need to convert these frags. But with the way things have been looking for Astralis so far on Inferno, that's why the discussion with Nuke kicked off during that last break. You notice there's been less bell shooting, Henry?
Yeah, there has been a lot less bell action. No one's really touching that. It's at the bottom of Banana.
I'm just happy to see the bell end, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been saying for ages. It's gone in T-spawn, but there is one at the bottom there. Silence M4 is normally the worst for it. But 13-4 comes through. AK-47's out for Mousesports, not opting for that Creed. There's Glaive getting the job done with the UMP, farming a lot of money here, $1,800 with the UMP, and a bit of a bonus situation here. Now, when we say bonus situation, you know the AKs are coming out, you've got residual SMGs here. It means you can be either very loose and aggressive or super tight and ratty and try and hold up towards the bomb sites and crossfires and whittle the timer down with the smokes as your 2 options. It looks like they're opting for a bit of aggression at the start. 3 grenades down towards the bottom of Banana. Not super effective. Gonna try and hold on to their smokes though. Don't want to expend those too early. So gonna go into that more turtle-like manner. Tuck themselves in the bomb sites. Force out close-range duels. Mousesports denied any access towards B for now.
Up they go, ahead of the incendiary that MAhvMh7z chose to deploy, so he has no control and he knows it. You can see the bullets desperately trying to pull any sort of information, and it does draw their attention enough for the swing from short. Device does well to find 1. The SMGs keeping things level and more damage through the smoke from MAhvMh7z.
Still with 17 bullets left in the magazine as they fall off, peel back towards middle. There's only 1 player on that side of the map, but it is ZeuwoKCDZ. MP9 only, though. You can see him playing very defensively. He has no grenades, and SMG only. The CT spawn flashbang can be very effective. That's all ZeuwoKCDZ wanted, was a bit of intel. And now, brother-in-arms, Glaive will join him. Wide swing with the UMP, no flash deployed. And now that should be the round Mousesports. Unless ZeuwoKCDZ says something wild here with the MP9. I don't see a world where he gets more than 1. There it is, and there it's Frozen. Confirming the round. It's a 3 versus 2 now, but Dupree and MAhvMh7z are going to go for this. It's a bonus situation. They're going to do as much damage as they possibly can. The bomb not even planted yet.
It looks like they're actually saying Dupree keep hold of the M4 and just have that SMG of MAhvMh7z just try his best to take a couple of Mousesports members down. Not to be. Robs' flank works out nicely, and he's looking for the second, but he's miles away, having an adventure of his own, looking at the artworks in T apartments.
He's even going all the way to T stairs for us here, so wants to be as safe as he possibly can be. If he can take away any of these guns as they exit, that's going to be yet another bonus. Holding onto the M4 is great, but taking guns out of the arms of Mousesports as they're in the hole, they will be 13-5 down once this bomb detonates momentarily. Couple of seconds left, not too far now. And as you can see, they are exiting towards CT spawn, so Dupree won't have any action at this point. So right there, Mousesports went into that gun round with relatively low utility, and that was based off of, obviously, their force buy situation. Take the eco, you get the loss bonus going into the third. It gives you enough for AKs, but it doesn't give you enough for AKs and all the goodies. So you will be compromised across the board within the early stages, but with that round win, they can get the full buy up on the board. And on the other side of things, they have to work out if they want to go for it or not. With this lead, they've opted just to play with the upgraded pistols.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah, there's no rush.
There is no rush. You would just be damaging your own economy going forward. There'd be compromises. It would take a lifetime to get over. So you might as well see what you can do. We have a bit of a partial buy. They've got lots of money coming up for the next round. And there's a great shot from Mages. It actually does give them a bit of a fighting chance of spotting the shoulder blades of him. Rob's trying to hold on to his dear life at this point. Rob's Fox could pull one back, but Rob's down to 6 HP. Still gives Astralis a fighting chances, especially with a 5-7 close range. Glaive could make this work. Gone straight past boiler.
Yeah, but is he expecting a third part of the Mousesports puzzle? It doesn't matter. Double for Glaive. Rob's has only got 6 HP. Don't forget, he cannot afford a single point of damage.
He's given up his position as well. They knew he was the player towards the underpass. And that could be it. A partial buy from Astralis, a saved weapon. And they've done it. That's enough. ZipX will get the final kill. A big round for them to pick up, and the money is ruined on the T side.
Now, here's a question that we always pose, right? And there's no right answer here, because a best-of-3 series, it goes the distance, and competitors, they always want to win. But now when you're down in a 14-5 hole on the T side, which is the harder side on Inferno, for those people who aren't too familiar, do you still give this 150% right now, or do you just happily let this go across to the third and refocus there, right? Because here, if you push this all the way back, let's say you win this round, you need like 6 or 7 on the trot to make things feel competitive, and then you just end up losing 16 to 12 or something along those lines.
They've already dumped so much effort and adrenaline to getting over the Dust 2 threshold.
Sure.
That would be where I'd be thinking. I wouldn't necessarily vocalize it on TeamSpeak if I was the in-game leader of Mousesports, but if I was Carrigan right now, I'd be thinking about the third.
Yeah,
like,
just focus.
It took us so much to get Dust 2. This is their pick. Astralis are in 5th gear, but there is something to be said about round 20 at least. There is a smoke down. And Mages won't convert the kills on the cross, so they might be able to avoid map point at least for now. AK-47 is established. Rotation from Banana as the bomb will be planted. There's another spawn smoke available to him. Can he get this kill? He absolutely can. Dupree does significant damage, relieves Mages in a 2-on-1 now.
Oh, you didn't think he had no idea. He was trying to pre-fire towards Emo. Instead, he catches just the cross. Robs doesn't have a clue about that one. Now throwing more bullets towards Emo. But this Chris J is going to be checked.
Oh my God, he wins the clutch.
He's converted it on 1 versus 2. Mages clutches for the 15.
You should buy a lotto ticket, mate. That one there was lucky as anything.
Let's see it again. I mean, the angle doesn't look like it was necessarily designed to find Emo. That was just my assumption. Maybe not towards the side, actually.
The head pop right in front of him, right? He's just like, okay, well, I've just caught you crossing over towards the pool position somehow. I'll take that all day long. And then sets himself up for a 2 versus 1 conversion. That was actually lucky, yes, definitely, but still very impressive. 2 versus 1 to guarantee map point and the map, to be honest with you. With 10 rounds in a row on the T side, I don't see that coming into fruition.
They fumbled pretty bad with that B defense anyway, right?
Yeah.
So Mousesports had to do a fantastic job just to get into it, and then Magus with a little bit of magic to get them round number 15. So this one here shouldn't be too much longer.
Well, contact play through the smokes doesn't work for some, but maybe it will work for Mousesports. Apparently not. The grey screens live up to their reputation, and we will see a 16-5 scoreline come through. Not the most exciting second map, I will say. Not as nearly as competitive as Dust 2, but it does set up Nuke quite nicely, Alex.
It certainly does, yeah. Nuke will be our 3rd and final map. 1 single frag to confirm that we're going. Thank you, ZipX. 16-5 map 2. Astralis take their map pick. Mouse take theirs, and it sets the scene perfectly. We will have our grand final locked in on Nuke. He was getting away with it for a lot of 2019. I'm not sure if he's going to have had to have changed his game coming into 2020. It's a constant revolving door at the top tier of Counter-Strike. You can't rest on your laurels. You can't present the same game you did 6 months ago. And so here we find ourselves deep into April of 2020, and it's time for a decider on Nuke.
It certainly is, Alex, and Astralis starting the CT side. They don't even want any utility. You can screw your defuse kits. We don't need them. 5 sets of Kevlar here. No upgraded pistols. It's old school as you like. And we'll see Mousesports approach that squeaky door position, but Dupree ready and waiting. He goes down quickly. A nice opening frag, but Device will answer back. It's going to be a lower pounce here for the Mousesports as they smoke over towards the bomb site itself. Trying to get a quick plant down, but Glaive is here to stop and disrupt their efforts.
He
can stop the bomb.
Test it. We can't see him. We can't. Oh, Frozen's wiggles may have done him enough.
That's
Perhaps
insane.
not for the round, though. They're in decon, and a reversal from Glaive. 180 on his mouse pad, so damn fast. Does convert the pistol round. Glaive, he's done enough to finish that one.
No grenades, no defuse kits, but 5 frags found. They lost the opening duel as well. It was Frozen to get the first kill towards top of hut. They go down secret, down towards the vent, bomb planted. You think that was enough, but Glaive, he completely shatters their efforts here, even letting the bomb go down. Chad, I guess that was a bit of a blunder if you were to kind of poke holes in this, but overall, very well played. It does enable a buy in the second round, though. Doesn't look like it'll come through.
Yeah, it's curious if it will, because we do know that Mousesports don't opt for these Kriegs, so by not dropping one of those over to go for what would normally be 2 rifles in this situation, it will just be the Deagle spread. It's a P250 in the hands of ROP, so this one's going to be curious. They've found a lot of success with the Deagles in the past. We've been seeing more and more of it, but that grenade has just tickled the back of 2 and given Karrigan something to worry about.
Yeah, they were waiting for it, so respect to Mousesports for being cognizant that was a likelihood. And the patience from Device to line up the shot does pay off as he connects Karrigan down to just 3 HP. That's a very nasty start to the Mousesports force. It's not a force, excuse me, just the Desert Eagles, as Henry has already covered.
Karrigan tagged up. Should be no way they even get close to planting a bomb here, but same principles apply as we spoke about before. Bait out utility, wait for mistakes, impatient players, do what you can instead of just running into a meat grinder. At least there might be a chance of you getting a couple of kills in a bomb plant in this manner.
Magus going straight for the Aug's a curious one. Second round Aug used to be all the hype. Now, since it's been nerfed and moved around a little bit, we don't see it get picked up all that too often on the CT side here.
Yeah, I took a notice of some CTs picking it up on Nuke, even more so, just as a way to hold that silo angle safer.
Well, they have improved standing accuracy while unscoped the AUG, but slightly reduced the scoped accuracy in this new patch.
So we'll see that in a week's time.
Exactly, right. So a chance of 1 kill potentially. There was an attempt to get the bomb down towards lower, but obviously it wasn't realized, but there's the 1 kill they were looking for. That will do. It's not going to be a talking point going forward here, as we'll see ZipX try and recover the fallen. Well, he already had a rifle, so he's absolutely fine. And 2-0 comes in. Well, here come the AK-47s, and there could be an AWP. I don't think Frozen will drop that over, meaning he'll sacrifice his own armor. So rifles across the board here, focusing towards the AKs, trying to deny the Krieg on the CT side. And 2-0 for Astralis here.
So Woxie's bought a Krieg in lieu of the AWP. So you're going to see him try and use that Lycanor to get certain territory right here. At least that's what we've been noting throughout. The same with Mantu from OG. We saw in certain occasions going for that Krieg. He's a fast wall smoke outside, and guess who's in front of it?
Yeah, none other than Device. He's been having an absolutely fantastic game. A gap in the smoke, but the flash. What? Woxic was flashed. He still catches Device. Didn't react in time. Goes 4 for 4.
Bomb goes down, though, en route towards Secret. Glaive can still sabotage their efforts here. They haven't actually done much with the control. There's 1 player down towards lower. That's Frozen with the bomb on his back. Needs to be very careful. He can't really explore the territory down there now because he's alone. He needs Karrigan to join him. Now, they don't have a smoke to cross now. So what's the play? They need their other teammates to come online and go towards ramp, potentially, because Karrigan needs to join the C4, but how did he even get there?
I mean, a dry cross is just such a dangerous prospect, but I think that might be what he ends up going for.
Yeah, you can see him just checking every single angle, knowing he has the AK, it's unlikely to have the AWP. Dupree will get one back with the MP9, and Glaive spots him. That's Karrigan going down, but I feel like Frozen will get the trade here eventually, but spotted. He sees him. Glaive pulls out the M4 again, ready to fight.
Oh, he plays it so well. That movement's so difficult to keep track of.
It's the jiggle peeking. It's just so frustrating to play against. Someone who's very well versed in that mechanic, it can be very, very difficult to play against.
Check this out, guys. We've been talking about Mousesports' deeper triple wall smokes that they've been pulling out throughout the Pro League season. You're going to see the 3 of them. 1, Well, I've got squares on, but there you
Ooh,
go.
cool
This is
square.
the aggressive play, and the flash is about to come out to help Device, and Woxic gets him completely blind. You see that action go on straight there. So
yeah,
they have a good idea of how to deal with this smoke wall. They didn't just stick to landing there, but they still converted the round. So it looks like Astralis have done their homework.
Something that was cool I noticed about that smoke wall is that they all bloom at the same time. The way they landed, it's just all three go from 0 to 100, you know, wall to no wall, or vice versa. So that's nice. A nice twist to the expected.
but the full Deagle investment here. PT50 for Voxic, but Karrigan's been removed very early on to rounds here. It's looking like to be 4-0. That might confirm things. Bomb down towards lobby, and we know Robs, he is a bit of a demon on nuke. Very good with the AK-47 especially, but won't have the luxury of that weapon this round. We're down to just a pistol. As Glaive, you've given him a Krieg now, boys, and we know what kind of power that unlocks on the CT side. It's just the one for now, but they might want to reconsider their purchases going forward on the T side. Take a leaf out of the book of Astralis, perhaps.
Yeah, we'll see. Keep track of that one, Krieg, and see how long it lasts. But this one, just a question of time. 60 seconds remaining for our fourth round here on our third map. And they are looking to congregate straight into the crosshair of Dupree. Catches the glimpse of one and immediately traded. That's exactly what they were hoping for. Magisk, however, he's getting what he wants. 3-1v1's okay. Can't quite tidy it up with the 3K, but it is going to be wrapped up and put a bow on by Device.
Well, they're off to a flying start here, to say the very least. 4-0, they got the CT start after winning the knife. It's their specialist map pick. Astralis looking very good. Inferno was such a fantastic victory as well. 16-5. Astralis right back on track to dominate Mousesports here. All power for the first time. It's not super effective on the T side of nuke for multiple reasons. Mainly because you're pinning down smoke walls yourself, so you've got to be boosted up on T-Red. CT struggle with the AWP, let alone the T side. We'll see what Vox can do with it. Looking for anyone crossing over towards that upper rafter right now. Aegis already dropped down. Dupree will often find him by the squeaky door. That's exactly where he is now, doing a little bit of damage there as he tries to get out. Successfully does so, just applying a bit of pressure there. Takes Robs down to 48.
New lineup from Karrigan. He's got plenty of them.
That's the main entrance, I believe. So Molotov to the CT boxes as well.
And Woxic to take the fight versus Device. Baited in. Karrigan did the jiggle. Woxic holds the line now for the repick. That could not have gone better for Mouse. There's your opening kill. It works out, everything's translating, but Glaive still stands on yard.
Yeah, and he's making it work as well. Karrigan goes down 4-on-4. That's 0-5, by the way, for Karrigan, and we'll see 50 seconds remain. They still have the majority of the utility here, the flashes, the smokes, Molotovs available, a Voxic AWP, but every second that goes past and they haven't got decent territory on the map, begs the question how they're going to finish up here. Going towards ramp and Zip, he's tucked himself in the corner, and they'll fall back towards lobby, so an upper finish looking likely here. May just confirm it's not going to be towards lower, and a bit of a ramp fake. Not going to see much from that.
Frozen wins that duel. It looked like it was perfect for Glaive. So now advantage Mouse. And Dupree, he's going to be shot into a corner. No, he's not. He digs himself out, and Magisk is going to catch the outside lurk. And just like that, 3 frags, 3 seconds. No chance really for Chris J. He might get the bomb down. And this clutch, oh, okay. Started off with a kill onto Dupree. Could have ended right there and then, and now he's just pegging it straight to the top of ramp.
He actually has got a slight chance of winning this. Needs to make it a 1v1 first, but the bomb's down in a good position considering. He's got an HE grenade. They have no smoke for the bomb itself, so things are looking good for Chris J to make this one competitive at least. They're trying to work out his position now. They'll have to start defusing the bomb momentarily just to force his hand. But he's got to kill the back here. Oh. They didn't know, but Mage is so quick, so fast, has managed to swing around, take him down. Good effort there, but he will give his friend the defuse, what looks things.
Just to note, Magisk was the one with the kit out of the two of them right there. So if he was to make that frag, ZipX would have been left on the bomb site without a defuse kit, and that becomes very, very winnable. That could have been one of those classic Chris J impact rounds we're always talking about, but unfortunately just falls short there. They opened it up with that opening kill, but Glaive did such a good job of just staying alive behind the CT boxes there that it just blared out so much time from the clock. And eventually when he did have to reinitiate, it was when the Ts were the ones making the decision. He did lose the fight to Frozen, but he's done more than enough in that yard position. They're not able to salvage that Krieg, so that'll be dropped and it's out of the equation right now, and I don't think we'll be seeing any more board up for some time as the 5 AKs will come out.
Straight aggressive. Device has caught another. His rifling has been supreme this series, and Robs does claw one back straight through the smoke. We're seeing a lot of early deaths in that battle through Squeaky, often through smoke. Crosshair muscle memory is something else in these players.
Well. Still what you call for now, but yet to find a round. Mousesports made their way towards ramp, and ZipX, known as one of the masters of the ramp room, will be landing a dink at least and dropping the HE. They can't chase him down there, so they have ramp control, but still a lot of work to do here. Voxic down to 10 HP. Won't be focusing too much on the AWP for now. AK-47 for him. Carrigan, yet to frag, holds towards Squeaky.
Carrigan's heard all of that.
Good smoke, though.
Oh my god!
Carrigan finds his first kill, and it's a big one. ZipX caught as well, rotating out of lower, and this could be Mousesports' first. Should even. Just Device. He was found outside. He got the first blood, no less, onto Frozen, but this is where his round will end as well. Just going to look to try and catch any loose threads on the Mousesports assault, but this is going to be 5-1. Took him 5 rounds. Mousesports cracked the nut. Top site plant.
If Device goes down here, I don't think they'll force buy in the following. They only get the $1,400 loss bonus after this because they've been able to keep a clean sheet up until this point. If Device survives, he can drop that across and they can get a buy with at least 3 rifles. If he goes down, maybe they'll have to consider the save, and that's another frag in the direction of making them think the force buy might be the right idea. Everyone's going to put down their arms and the round will end. And here you go. So here's the question marks, right? Device, I think he had roughly 4K with the loss bonus coming on in there. He can drop across an AK. This is the Carrigan shot.
Yeah, this is what
I
didn't. Oh, was he actually jumping?
Okay.
Mid-air, through the smoke. Like, that shouldn't have been their round or opening
It's
kill.
not meant to work that way.
No, it's certainly not.
That's not how it's supposed to work.
Well, auto shotgun in response. Made is not happy with the AUG, apparently. He'll be going in.
Voxic glass cannon AK.
That is unusual.
That is unusual.
Should have gone for the Galil, my friend. This one might hurt. Time will tell. Frozen, he has got armor. Pegs his way across towards the secret area. Successfully doing so, but met by the incendiary. He will fall back. Auto shotgun about to be tested. Carrigan, though, finding these opening kills back-to-back now. And that could be the round itself.
Just like that. 2 in a row for Mouse. Collected. Straight towards the top side. ZipX in lobby. The transfer is there. Perhaps pulling his team back into this round. Frozen's outside. He should be able to find Device. There's no way he's expecting a position like this at this stage in the after plant. Frozen can secure the round if they need him. Device does draw the attention enough for Glaive to find another frag, and Glaive's found 2. Frozen, he can save Mousesports. He just has to stop the defuse. That's his mission. That's his objective. And a 1 versus 3, and Molotov's the cherry on top. Glaive goes down. Frozen, all against all odds, finds 3, and the second for Mouse.
That's insane. Well played by Frozen. They had no idea. He took such a risk as well, essentially putting his teammates on the end of the fishing rod at that point. They were all fighting tooth and nail on the bomb site. He was actually tucked away outside, allowing Device to find a kill for main entrance. But if he wins the round, all is forgiven. The Molotov is what secured it as well. Dropped that on top of the bomb as the bomb was being defused there. Glaive could do nothing about it. Finishes it off with a stunning spray of the AK-47. 3 versus 1. And ZipX had to work so hard to even give them any sort of footing towards that round. They have forced into it somewhat. Device not fully investing with $1,000. They've kept themselves about $500. That seems to be the magic number for most teams. You notice FaZe doing the same earlier in the week when they forced buy, leaving around $500. And, well, it's working out quite well for now. That's going to be Voxic down first, and Chris J in hot water as well.
Don't do him like this.
Not like this. They've already won a couple of these. Carrigan's had other plans, just leaping out with a MAC-10. But the Deagle of Magisk is still a threat, and he still stands. Needs another, and he has found it. The headshots keep coming. Astralis, after losing 2 with full weapons, they're doing it with Deagles.
Well, Chris J once again, 3-on-1. Same sort of scenario. Try and get the bomb down towards lower. Oh, he throws a smoke right in the open there, but I feel like he can be taken down. Yep, it could be seen. ZipX will get him. Just about didn't nail the smoke there. Nice idea to get the bomb planted, but it will be a partial buy victory just when Astralis needed it. I can't stress enough, that round was worth its weight in gold for Mousesports there. But it set up their finances nicely, but another round on the board. Sabotage the efforts of Astralis going forward, who had no loss bonus built up. That was a monumental round for them to win. Let's see how it all started here. There's one bullet from that Desert Eagle. Nails another one towards the bomb side floor as well, and no bomb planted there. So we have an eco, actually, for Mousesports. You could barely call this one a partial buy. Deagles, a few sets of Kevlar, but ultimately limping in with absolutely nothing here. A huge grenade lands. And we will see some damage inflicted towards Glaive. Maybe a few more twists and turns in this round to stay, but, well, there it is. The scout will find the opening kill. That's frozen towards outside. And he is currently the top fragger with 5 and 8 up there with Voxic.
If they can snowball on XiBX here, we've seen plenty of rounds in Pro League Season 11 so far where the ramp kill comes in and they get lower control and they're able to win the round off that one rifle alone. So if he's unable to get a multi-kill here, it could be a little bit problematic for Astralis.
Okay. He's under threat now. Multiple targets, multiple directions, and he will just go 1 for 1. That could prove insufficient if another Supreme shot is hit. Mousesports only working with 3 players. Rops lost a lot of his health in that exchange, and now the AK has been recovered. A quick kill onto Dupree would have done something, but instead he just slithers away through decon. Bomb plant. Uncontested. Dupree decides he'll wait for the rest of his teammates.
Makes sense. But this round now, a bit of a question mark around it. There's a chance that Chris J, he can find these 1Ds. We know it, but Magisk has been on a bit of a tear recently. Does manage to find the first incision, and now that wallbang could come through towards Rops. Well, it wasn't meant to be that, but they know exactly where Voxic is. He'll be swarmed momentarily and taken down. Astralis extend the lead here. Even though a good bomb plant comes through, they were going to buy regardless with the money coming through. They took a partial buy previously there, but it does give everyone an extra $800. Could guarantee a Voxic AWP. Now, Chad, would you want to see the AWP come out from what we've seen so far? Would that be the solution to their problems?
I think they've built it into part of their system, so it's almost integral in some of their executes to have him up covering one piece of territory. In terms of finding them opening kills to win rounds, I'm not looking towards Voxic to be doing that. I'm looking towards Karrigan using his smoke walls to find his teammates' space, and then they can work with that. Voxic, if they do want to bring out the AWP, we'll just set him up and they'll just leave him in a position once he's got control. But it will be the 5 rifles coming on out again. The AKs across the board, so no Kriegs to be picked up on that Astralis side of things.
That's a good point. AK-47, so will certainly be plentiful. They can pick this round up. They've got a couple of them within their ranks so far. The Vice doesn't even seem to want to use the AWP. 1 AWP kill on Inferno for him. It was a 16-5 smashing, to be fair.
I guess it makes more sense. With teams being so good at the smoke wall now, what impact can you have in Yard with an AWP if you're being smoked and flushed off the points?
That's been my point for so long on this map, and why a double AWP setup is ran. This blows my mind. Like, I understand it's viable in certain matchups, but generally speaking, I feel like this is where you should be. There's 5 nimble players. Bring the AWP however you get given it, sure. But if they're doing smoke wall executions, you can't really do much of the AWP anyway. It's designed to block out the AWPers. So, opening kill, and Karrigan up against the Vice. Doesn't work out for the in-game leader once again, and they have to go towards upper through a smoke, a squeaky door. This is a nightmare.
Yeah, change of plans. You can see Scarpering to take some other map territory, and XiBX has positioned himself so well. For these last-minute ramp pushes, he's often in the right place. This time, it's Glaive who actually finds the blood. Chris J is gone. 4 versus 2, though. Mousesports, the damage is already inflicted. That looks like a very promising Molotov. Dupree can just take the fight, though, and he does tap away at the head before he falls.
Yeah, unfortunately, you've just forced Dupree's hand, and it's a very strong one. It slaps him across the face, and it will be a 3-on-1. Voxic is now left in a winnable scenario. I say that with bated breath because his chances of winning this are shrinking by the second, and seconds are very important. There were just 20 of them remaining. We'll see him have a smoke available. Objective to get the bomb planted. He'll just throw a smoke towards decon. This is all really not going to work out for him. His device will close things out. 8-2.
If I'm Mousesports now, I have to dump a lot more utility out towards their own T-Red box because Device has played there several times. Glaive's known to be playing there. You even highlighted, Alex, about him playing around those smokes, even throwing his own in secret. If he's able to have free territory like this and the smoke walls come over the top, they've definitely watched all the same demos that we have, right?
Right.
We always talk about this. The assumed knowledge is the same. So if he knows, oh, it's this smoke wall, this is how this player peaks, this is what happens in the next flow of the strategy, he's able to find himself basically unraveling it before they can kick it on off.
I mean, yeah, so you throw smoke wall, but if there's a CT ahead of them in any way, you don't achieve anything unless you're behind them. And look at the angle that Glaive is opting to take. He's actually inflicted a little bit of damage, a warning shot, if you will, onto Karrigan, but his teammates have managed to get across fully. Whether or not they go warehouse is a different question. No, straight down secret, and look at Device's position. Oh, you don't see this one very often, and that's because it is a little bit of a risk. I think he's realized the same. We'll drop the flame and reposition.
Yeah, nice idea there. They had come through that smoke. There were a lot of kills available to him. But here's the opening kill for ropz. He said he's a bit of a master of nuke, especially the AK-47. Haven't seen it as of yet, but still plenty of time here. Round 11. Good for Mages to pick up a kill, but surely traded out. And indeed, a nice swing from Carrigan for main entrance. They've got the upper bomb site under their remit here. Money not amazing for Astralis. They might be considering the save if Device can find nothing.
Timing's everything. Frozen's checking both. Yeah, that should be enough. He actually managed to get out. Did well from Device. Smooth moves in the smoke. That looked difficult to do, but unfortunately winning this round for Astralis is also in that category. Mousesports already got the bomb half ticked, and with a 2-man advantage, it's going to send the CTs packing to save. So Mousesports will find their third of the T side. They lost the knife round and have been thrown into this rather torturous chamber. But 3 rounds against the Astralis CT side.
Yeah, it's not quite enough yet,
Yeah.
but they're getting there. The money's not amazing on the CT side, but they do save those 2 rifles. Device, he can be dropped and all, but they really want to mix things up here. We haven't seen him use it too much yet.
All right, so just quickly, guys, the opening kill was on dupreeh on the floor of the site with ropz. We've seen him do these squeaky moves a lot where he gets out. This is mid-round after all the action yard, and that was the opening. That's how they were able to isolate Magus solo on the top site and take that very, very easily, was ropz. It was all through his push out the squeaky door and his risk through their own smoke. So big play from ropz there to get them in that round.
Well, here we go, a big round as we get into number 12 here. Mousesports need a couple more, I would say, against Astralis. 3 will not do. Up against a pretty well-equipped CT side here. There are a couple of compromises. dupreeh's opting for the shotgun, but he plays towards Squeaky and Hut. We see a lot of players use that weapon to great effect. He's only got 5 kills to his name so far. Sits in the hut for now. Outside smokes deployed. Chris J looking for any sort of lobby activity here. So footsteps heard on either side. There's the orbit Device. Exchanging blows with Frozen, but this kill very important indeed. Frozen gets his second, but dupreeh now has an AK. Trying to make it work, it doesn't. Frozen looking fantastic out there as voxy finds him a 2-on-1.
And disappears. You can hear the steps. He knows he's rotating ramp. So what's ZipX's move here?
Guess he goes behind him, and ropz is ready for it.
Oh, the steps. The perfect solution. ropz just waits for the descent.
They can 8-7 this half now, by the way. There is a chance because the money is completely broken here to the point where they have to full eco this one. They can't even partially buy, so that's 8-5. Then Mousesports will have a nice reservoir of cash. They'll have everything they need going forward. They could actually turn this round around, this half around at this stage. We'll see whether they can do it.
They won with some deagles just before, and dupreeh and Device, well, they fancy their luck. They're going to upgrade into them as well, but Magus, who was the hero last time round, he's only going to have the USP. So I don't think they can pull that trick out of the hat twice.
Yeah, you're probably onto something there. No armor, no nades, just a couple of deagles. Trying to fight Glaive. They're obviously aware of some of his tendencies. Avoids damage for now. It would be a crazy world we live in if Device and dupreeh can win this round with just 2 deagles up against a fully equipped Mousesports here.
They did manage to do it on Dust 2. So long ago now, though. And our third map looks like it's got its fair share of competitive spirit left. Looking like a guaranteed 5th, maybe even the 6th, as Henry's painted the picture of an 8-7 looming. Carrigan's not going to take any chances against these. He knows it's an eco buy. He's hearing USPs being shot at him, but regardless, they will take their time, and ropz does draw some blood.
He seems ignoring that first player, knowing there'd be a second towards the heaven position there, so well done to him. Mages maybe gets 1 kill if Vox doesn't check his corners, but he's going to, just knowing that they're going to be pushing all around the map, trying to get a couple of kills if possible. But back towards upper they go. Carrigan controlling the vents. Bomb to be planted, round over, 8-5 on the board.
Yeah, they peeled those deagles away, right? You can see they're having to come up the vent with a deagle. Not ideal. Maybe if it was an R8, you know, maybe then the discussion might get started.
Start using the R8.
There's no knife kills or R8 kills this game, so I'm really, really not as excited as I would like to be.
I will promise you that the grand final will have knife kills.
I'll have a few knives there. Remember, Fnatic already waiting with a best of 5. There'll be plenty of opportunities.
Best of 5, Chad. There's going to be R8s, there'll be knives.
I hope we get it all. I hope we get every single round with a knife kill or an R8 kill, and JW is the one responsible for all of it.
I hope that this best of 5 tomorrow is the first time in Counter-Strike history a best of 5 reverse sweep happens.
Oh dear, okay.
So there then you get your storyline and I get mine. I'd like the full storyline to be Fnatic down 0-2. It looks like Astralis are back. You're celebrating already. You're telling us all about how, oh, Astralis are going to be the kings of Counter-Strike again.
Okay.
But then Fnatic, on Overpass no less,
5 R8s.
is where it starts. And with 5 R8s, they start their comeback.
That's a story I would be excited in. I'd definitely get behind that one. Maybe not as much as I can get behind this Astralis buy. They do have the glass cannon on device. Not as bad for the CT side, right? You can avoid a lot of that utility damage. But if it's late round, we get into some problems, as there is only 1 defuse kit on Dupree and not a lot of utility. So this comes down to hitting the shots for Astralis.
Well, I like this move from Robs. That was very graceful, I have to say. Surfing off towards that roller and managing to open up things towards Glaive as well. That's a great little move. And, well, it will be a stab.
A love tap.
Yeah, just
we're going to call them love taps.
Remind him who's boss.
2 entry frags from Rops in 2 rounds back-to-back.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Let's not forget he was the one that was doing the moves out squeaky that Chad highlighted in the skybox.
Well, that takes his total up to 3-0 in terms of opening duels for Robs.
The fact they're not hearing any utility in response gives them one of 2 ideas: that nobody's home, or they don't have anything to throw. And I'm going to say, assuming the financial situation and flow of the game, they're going to assume there's nothing left on the CTs defending that top site. The second wave will come on through.
And we're off. Flashes in. Bloodshed 2. Chris J's actually caught Dupree with that hut molly. It spread just into the corner. Enough to find their second frag on entry. And now, well, the site's clear. Bomb will go down. Looking like 6 for Mouse. Just like that. Top site is their bay. Typically Astralis, I'm sure we'll see on that second half, will be hitting the low site a lot.
Beautiful execution there. Overwhelming. If you get a Molotov kill in those sort of scenarios, you've done something very well indeed. The flashbangs, the Molotov's down, and the overwhelming pressure towards the ladder position has yielded a 4-on-2 scenario where Astralis have no choice but to save the AWP and the M4 here. At Mousesports, we said 8-7 was possible. They found 8-6. And this is looking like a very competitive half, all things considered.
Yeah, they have to be happy with this. You think about the Frozen 1-on-3 was their second round of the game, but then when we're in this last patch, the last 4 rounds that they've been picking on up, it's through abusing Astralis and then forcing their economy down to the point of where these ecos or force buys have to come on through. And now they're abusing the low utility that they have, right? The fact that they didn't have anything to really defend that top site with, they're able to throw that in a little bit earlier.
The top side is a massive issue for them because we've got, what, Dupree playing up there. He's coming in 0-3 in opening duels. So he's going down with nothing every single time they actually approach the upper bomb side. So if ever there's a default that ends up towards upper, that's when he normally goes down. This was such a great move, though. Keeping it cool. Robs manages to slide on through, get that opening kill, and we go into round number 15 with the shotguns out again for Dupree, 6-13. I would say if they can get 9-6, I'll still be happy with that, but still, Mousesports right back in the conversation now as to whether they can knock out Astralis here in the semi-final and move on to meet Fnatic.
Arrogans on the patrol, but straight through the smoke. Glaive knows his moves. He knows what to expect, and already looking like dire straits for Mousesports in this one. 9-6, you said they'd be happy. Well, they have to convert it first. And Woxic and Rops still standing vigilant against the guard.
So this is a very, very interesting scenario now. 2 players remaining, Rops and Voxic.
Nades are good. They can smoke off, you know, decon. They can molly either shadow or behind the bomb box. Smoke windows.
We've been here before, Chad. He's got to slow it right down.
Take a deep breath.
See what you're up against, and hopefully not feed device, because one of these kills, they're in trouble. He's nailed it, and that's probably going to be it. There it is, a perfect finish there for Astralis, but Mousesports have made this half very competitive. Still anyone's here, and we'll find out who will meet Fnatic in the grand final after this break.
make it happen, it's a lifestyle. Living young and restless, yeah, we quite wild. If I want it, I'ma get it talking right now. And I ain't got no regrets, it's my time now. Lights out when you see us talking moves. You don't know that's the topic. And if you talking juice, well then you know I got it. Then you know I got it. Nobody got it like me. You know. They can try, but
126 days since Mousesports dashed Astralis' dreams of a Season 10 Grand Final. That was, of course, in the semis. And now, well, we find ourselves exactly there in the semi-finals one season later. Season 11 and Astralis up 9-6 in our third map. Fnatic waiting in the Grand Finals. We hope you're all having a lovely Saturday. And, of course, Super Sunday on away tomorrow.
Absolutely true, Alex. It's the battle of the red logos right now. And currently, Astralis sit 9-6. As they move over to the T side, they've got P250s out in pairs here. MAhvMh7z and Glaive focusing on the headshots towards outside. It's a slow approach, and Frozen, he'll get greeted by a lovely bullet to the face. It doesn't quite take him down, but it's certainly going to pick things up for Astralis as they make their way over towards Secret.
Yeah, so you can see how terrifying that is on a pistol to even jiggle for the info. Just to see how many people are crossing. You get a Glock bullet to the dome. Frozen and ChrisJ, they were inquisitive, and they felt the wrath of that Inquisition. Now Dupree is hunting him down. My God, this is aggressive. ChrisJ, he's tucking in on the corner. They didn't check it enough. The absence of the thorough clear has got ChrisJ a frag. They're heading topside with all this outside control. Frozen's rotated in through the smoke. And Karrigan finding one onto device keeps things level. Karrigan's actually got two impact frags once again from the in-game leader.
Is it enough, though? That's the question. So much damage inflicted. They have got a player at the bottom of heaven, I believe, as well. So Glaive needs to stay on his toes here. Robs will wait. Karrigan already with 2 kills. They know he's towards main entrance. Couple of shots there towards his body. Doesn't enough to take him down here, but they have done significant damage towards ZiBX and Glaive as Frozen makes his first move towards the bomb site.
And now he's tucked in on the site. Bomb, there's so much time on it. That shot from ZiBX will relieve just a whole lot of pressure. He can focus his attention on Frozen, and he's found him as well. Glaive was waiting for the ladder climb, and Astralis take the pistol round. Wow.
Nice approach there. You don't see many P250s like that come out on a T side.
There's more depth to that. They had decoys there. Once they had secret control and they pushed them back from stairs, they actually dumped a decoy in that lower bomb side to hold that CT rotation for longer. So we've been talking about decoys. Mousesports were the team we saw using it on Inferno to actually bait out utility on a pistol round against Fnatic earlier. But here, Astralis have used it on a map where sound and rotations are a huge deal. So by getting secret control, dropping that decoy, you're bound to get someone to buy into that bait.
Yeah, decoys, just to know, are only $50, and you can buy them on, even if you get Glock armor, you can purchase the decoy, and there are cool things you can do with them. I think this year, especially from the likes of Astralis.
Called off, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like we are going to be cancelling this round.
Yeah, there's a disconnected player. I just received word we should be loading back in momentarily.
But just a note on that. So if you throw, let's say, a map like Train, you're on the T side and you throw over 5 decoys on the pistol, you're trying to bait out some utility. If you see a load of grenades flying over the map, it suggests it's the execution, right? You can't really differentiate between a smoke and a decoy in the kind of heat of the moment, as it were. So it might bait out some utility. And Chad, maybe you've got some more.
Yeah, so what we can do while this is all going down is show you the pistol round, right? So they just dropped a decoy on top of the stairs here. You can see that it's landed to help sell this fake towards the lower bomb site. And then as I fly down, they even dropped a second decoy. You see it get thrown any second. It's going to get thrown into that corner. There it is. That's a decoy right there left on the floor. So they drop 2 decoys lower to hold this rotation, and we can get back into the game, guys.
Finally, decoys relevant in competitive CS. Who would have thought?
Zeus's, decoys, we're getting to see the full spread of Valve's treats and tricks.
Oh, they have Force Ball here with the Desert Eagles, the shotguns, the scouts. Big round here for Mousesports. Everyone fully invested. Voxic's scout is deadly. Karrigan's shotgun will have to be. They're going to stand a chance here. He holds the upper bomb site. Normally does a very good job of it.
We've seen Brolin. We've seen who was doing a
Vegas had it in the first half.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody believes the auto shotgun belongs in Hut.
Well, we can all thank Zeus for that. I think it's the only weapon that could work for him within that top side.
I think Hiko was the OG of it.
Hiko? Yeah, you're right, actually.
Hiko started it. I like most things in Counter-Strike.
The green HUD, obviously a lot of players copying the color of his HUD as well.
His reaction speed and time.
His inhuman reactions.
That's right. He's
Tech
a
9.
trailblazer.
Yeah. Still, Force Buy from Mouse. This is a lot on the line. This could be, I mean, 12 for Astralis if this doesn't go Mousesports' way.
Yep, good point. It's still a difficult round for winning for Astralis as well. Up against the Desert Eagles of Mousesports and the scout of Voxic, you know he's going to do something crazy here. He hits the shot. He's actually got a chance at the P2000 and close things out. A couple of kills coming with the Desert Eagles. We told you things wouldn't be as simple as you might like.
From behind.
He's been surrounded. This is over.
They're losing this round. Karrigan's grabbed himself an AK with the alligator feasting onto device. Now Glaive Molotov out and the bomb is theirs. It's under Mousesports rule.
No.
Just like that.
Round over. Glaive knows it.
Don't even think about it, mate. What's the point?
It's over. They've been absolutely ruined. They've gone to the tightest choke point on the map towards ramp. Instead of focusing outside, and maybe they were scared of the Voxic scout. It doesn't work out for them at all. Voxic actually survived.
I can't believe Voxic's alive.
I know. He actually got the tag there in CD Spawn, pulled up the P2000, did enough to dissuade the terrorists approaching him, and he survives. That's a huge round for them to pull up, and is going to potentially take us all the way here on Nuke.
It could have worked out, right, if Magus gets the kill on the Voxic and then they collapse on ramp and that stack, they can get pilled off from multiple angles. But the fact that he couldn't break through, the fact that Voxic survived all that time, gave Karrigan enough time to push Hut, and those 2 big frags that we didn't catch, that's right where the rounds dropped, right? So, unfortunately for Astralis, unable to pull that one off, but for Mousesports, they bounce back in style here, and the Force Buy will come out in retort right now with it looks like the standard secret smokes for Astralis.
Interesting. So the buy is far from fantastic for the CTs. Notice that Chris J's doing his usual antics of Armored Deagle, but considering that his teammates are only presenting shotguns.
Does that say my sticker on it? Does his scout have my sticker on it?
My sticker?
Like my
sticker?
name?
Spiddy.
Or I can't read it. I was going to say, this is insane. Voxic's my biggest fan.
Close. I think it might just be another ex-Mousesports player.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's probably what it is.
Yeah. No, I was just trying to see if I could get a bit of
I've got a
big
sponge
name of myself
sticker
in
on
there.
my P2K.
How much is a sponge sticker worth these days?
Probably not enough.
Not enough?
But Mousesports are in trouble, boys, so
Yeah,
I
they
tried to
certainly are.
derail it.
Yeah, but you won't quite get away with it. Frozen, perhaps, can stop them in their tracks, because that is the bomb just behind the dead device.
Well, it all comes down to this. A 3-on-3. Magisk. He's got the M4, but only 11 points of health. It's very tense down there right now. The bomb's waiting towards Secret.
Magisk has to bail out ZipX somehow, but he has to make noise. There's no options other than to make noise. Breaks the glass or swings open the door.
Yeah, shooting the window could be a good shout, I suppose, just to get Frozen's attention on that side. But now he has spotted ZipX, and presumably the AT will do a lot of damage here. It's ZipX setting up the bait, in fact, but unfortunately this round will not work out for Astralis. Very well done by Frozen here. He's going to get all 3. And that's huge.
That is huge. That is very well handled. He had that 1v3 within the first half, and then the fact that he doesn't give up anything there and survives and locks down that lower bomb site, not even conceding a plant. Keep in mind that plant right here could have made massive effects on Astralis' economy going forward. So he's just denied them so much from that position right there, and definitely deserved the impact player of round number 18.
Yeah, let's see that again. The second kill, lovely read. Then he beheads the bomb carrier, and even getting the 4th on Dupree, hunting to finally shut him down. That was the force buy of Astralis. You said this game's going all the way, Hank, and now I'm starting to believe you.
Well, I'm glad you're on board, because this one is set up to be an absolute banger now with a full eco from Astralis. They are going to be tested to the full depth of their strategy book. What have they got up their sleeve? What new moves have they been saving here? It should have been a 2-0. That Dust 2 performance, to me, was enough to get over the line, but Mousesports shattered them towards the end. Inferno, about what we expected. Remember, the same two maps opened up this series as 2 days ago. 16-1 and 16-3 were the scorelines in favor of Astralis. But now we find ourselves on the third, where they're full eco on the T side of Nuke, and they've got Glocks in hand. What's the play? Run boost towards Secret. I haven't seen this before. What a cool idea this could be. You just send him out there, and it doesn't work out, but it looked really fun.
Yeah, it's a fun ride. I think Mantu crated last time we saw this.
Yeah, that's right, he did. So yeah, you're just throwing someone into their certain death, but at least they have a good time on routes.
Yeah, it's like a roller coaster,
Yeah.
you know? You gotta get your ticket stamped. More of like a water slide situation. But yeah, look, they're all trying to cross. They're all in the queue. They all want to play. And Frozen, well, he tells them not today. A 4-kill on the cross. No one investing much. And so the round is over. Sweep it under the rug. Forget about it. Round 20, much more of a conversation to be had.
It's about to heat up here. This is where we get to the business end of the game. If Astralis are able to bounce back and pick up a round or at least make this one competitive, we can see if their T side has some legs, because that economy on the CT side has already started to build. With the US Air Force tactical timeout coming on through, they need to discuss their options of how to defend. They do have buy rounds in the future, but Mousesports, they want to tie this one up and make sure that everyone knows what they're doing. We've been critical of teams in the past who are leaving spawn and buying and looking a bit janky, but they're taking this 30 seconds just to talk it through.
Well, I think that's a very wise decision. It is quite a big game, I would say, the semi-final of ESL Pro League Season 11. And right now on the third and final map, and it couldn't be closer. 10-9 Mousesports have found their footing as they find 3 rounds in a row after losing the pistol, bear in mind. Mousesports, they got absolutely decimated on the first showing a couple of days ago. 16-1, 16-3, and now have the chance to go for the reverse sweep here. Desert Eagle only for Chris J with $5,000.
We've seen it before.
That is so bizarre. He's got to buy a gun. That doesn't make any sense.
We've seen them do this before, where he just holds on. Oh, he's picked up a scout, so that's better than nothing. But normally we see him just hold on to that pistol, and they've made it work before. So surprised to see it coming on through with so much on the line.
Oh, Frozen's having a mad one. It's his turn, isn't it? Device, he had a show-stopping performance as well to pull Astralis across the line on Inferno, but yeah, Frozen, he has started strong. Device, speak of the Devils, the one to shut him down into this round, and with that being their only rifle, the scout from Chris J does land the tag, but losing their only real weapon of choice. WoXic's AWP, however, has managed to find some more connections. Chris J's already scouting the perimeter outside. He could find a frag here. Oh. He does. Device goes down. Mousesports are making this one work. Dupree on the prowl, though. He did slip the net somewhat. Glaives under a lot of scrutiny from the shotgun. That's quite scary. Don't want to be spraying into that one. Kerrigan neutralizes the threat. In a 1v3, not to be. WoXic shuts him down. So we find ourselves at the equilibrium of Nuke, 10-10, third map.
They just got free upgrades there. Rops only had an MP9 and Kerrigan had the Alligator. They both now have AKs. So you look at how this pivoted. We've been asking questions directly to Mousesports throughout the season about their economical decisions. Chris J buying armor on their force buys, but nothing else, having a Glock or a USP to go with it. Chris J holding on to only a Deagle in certain situations on full buys. They could have dropped guns across then. It could have been much more of a potent CT buy, but they opted to go for the lower weapons, and they've pulled it off. They stuck the landing, and things are looking great for Mousesports.
10-10, Chad, and they've got Astralis here with just CZs, P250s. This is certainly a partial investment as they try and make their way over towards Secret. There is a lot of damage inflicted, but they've done so. They've got a cross. They don't have a smoke to plant, though. What is the play here? Just run out, hope for the best.
W, and it's working. They take down Rops, and now Chris J clawing back into the site, but the bomb does go down. Mission accomplished for Astralis at this point. Good damage onto Magisk. He's not letting this round slip away. They will neutralize all of the Danes when the fuse will come in, but that's an extra $800 a piece. Every single member of Astralis will now get themselves the extra cash. Mousesports just delaying that defuse to get themselves all of those extra weapons, as we were highlighting in the past.
All the bits and pieces.
The lovely jubblies, I think we call them.
The creepy crawlies, lovely jubblies, whatever you want to call them. But I would normally go with weapon.
Weaponry is the okay. That one works. I guess it's more functional. Won't get lost in translation.
But I don't know, weaponry always has me thinking of halberds and morning stars and short swords.
Okay.
You know, older school weaponry.
What about their arsenal?
That's more bullets in gunpowder in my book. Thanks, Chad. My weird little brain.
When are they going to put the musket into CSGO? That needs to come
next update, I hope.
Back the musket. I'm not talking about Counter-Strike. I'm talking about warfare. Bring it back. Slow things down a bit.
Make it fairer.
Yeah.
Either way, Frozen has been fantastic towards outside. So aggressive, so assertive towards outside. A huge gap. He's confirmed that no one's crossed at least. And that's big information. If you drop those outside smokes and there are gaps, it can lead to key information being given away. This is a brawl, though, towards upper. Karrigan fighting for his life. He will go down because he dink off towards the device before he's finished. But Roxic fluffs the flash, but does avoid the flames. Huge round here. Mousesports take the lead in the third map. 11-10. Bomb not planted, but smoke down. Rob's going through that. He's going through it. This is a nutmeg.
Yeah, they're just going to assume that they're going to be respected, that smoke. And
Here we go.
Here's the sound cue he can push in. Device, no bomb plant for you. Rob's tucking in perfectly. Magisk has time to play with, though.
He can go squeaky door now. Watch towards the vent dive. It's a very well-played maneuver here. You can see that. So now he's confirmed he's gone down towards lower. Sure, it enables a plan. You're trying to win these rounds. You're trying to keep it a 2-on-1 instead of taking a risk with the 1-on-1 duel.
And he commits to it. So he smoked it off on the cross, but he doesn't want to necessarily start.
He's lost his window.
No, I think he's gone for the safer plan, right? So there's still a good chance he can do something with this.
And they could see the smoke and think he's top site, like behind the silo, right? So he's got a little bit of an element of surprise here. The sound cue no longer. Needs a clean duel onto Woxic. Woxic's got the info. Look how safe Mousesports are playing this.
Oh, that shot being missed, though. That's the chance. That's all he needs. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile every single time.
Sentry on Rops. He can just flush him out of position. And now he's trying to do it. Looking good. Magisk swings in, and Rops will win the duel. Time for the defuse. He has the kit. And Mousesports secure 12.
You're right. The fact he did have the incendiary, the moment he pulls it out, though, is when Magisk swings. That could have been it. That could have been the moment it all falls apart and it costs them the game. But Mousesports stick the landing and they go 12-10. There he is again. How many times is he going to come down?
How many times has this guy been crossing his arms?
With the impact player coming through again, opening things up. He's like the master of this team, Chad. He's always in there first, always getting stuck in, getting it done dirty as well.
Leading by example, some might say. Magisk had a real good shot of this one here. Did everything he could, found the gap, threaded the needle, planted the bomb, unfortunately couldn't stick the landing. Now, this all kicked off with Magisk in yard, right? That's where we had Frozen eyes on that smoke. I actually think that Astralis left a gap intentionally. I think they did that so they could do a top pop because it would keep the attention of the yard player on yard thinking, oh, they've left a gap here. If they cross, I'll watch the gap for the 20 seconds of the smoke.
Which means that Magisk could swing nicely into getting that frag and take the top side.
Yeah, so I think that was all part and parcel of that late top hit there from Astralis. But they, once again, they couldn't convert. That plant is huge from Magisk, right? They're able to get a buy off the back of that. They can get full utility. Everything's looking great here. Even though Mousesports are sitting up there on 12 rounds, their economy took a little bit of a beating by only having one individual survive right there.
Oh, and just the fact that we could even converse about the fact that they could be deliberately lining up a different smoke to leave a gap for one strat of one map is why I love Counter-Strike. That's awesome. And that's just a bit of theory crafting, of course. There's so much more going on into round 23. Rops is actually going for an early presence in the secret, so if they were to go yard behind these smokes that are being lined up, they would have some Estonian resistance, the star of the Mousesports show.
He certainly is, Alex. And with the AK-47 in his hand, I can't stress enough. In my book, like, this most well-rounded AK player on Nuke there is in the game right now. He's so fast, so crisp. It's so beautiful to watch, and he always clutches out for his team. They currently sit on 12-10 on the CT side of Nuke, bear in mind.
Look at them all. They're snaking their way into warehouse. This Danish, not even a Glock train, AK train, just worming their way into warehouse on all full walk. Chris J is in the sweatiest angle I've seen all half long, just for that warehouse cross. He's anticipated it to perfection. But whether or not it will pay dividends, it remains to be seen. They're eventually ending up secret.
You're right. That is a sick spot from Chris. You're protected from outside. He's spotting towards Garrett. Very defensive. Good for information gathering. And Robs, that's what he's doing as well. Holding that corner just to spot a picture of a player, drop the incendiary, then the smoke. That's
30 seconds.
30 seconds in total.
They have to go top.
Yeah, they have to. Oh my goodness, Chris J spotted them as well. They know exactly what's coming. Flashbang to come forward as well. His teammate can swing, and he'll go down swinging himself. It's going to be Frozen at the CT vent with 15 seconds remaining. Where's the bomb at this point?
Oh, there's one coming from heaven. Dupree can do everything. He's timing as fast as he can.
It's done.
But they've got the bomb. They haven't got the time. 9 seconds. Can't find the frag he needs. Devices through the flames. Finds one, but can't find Karrigan.
Nope.
3 seconds on the clock. He hasn't got time. And that is the craziest round we've seen so far. My goodness. I want to watch that one at 0.25 speed.
Man, you look at that round, that smoke execute is well known. The timing when they creep into warehouse, when the smoke's fading, then they usually pop and they go around to ladder. But Rops, with that one smoke molly combo in lower, that was enough to deny their plan. They had to go back. And Chris actually could have done so much more from that position. His information was great, but realistically, he could have stopped Dupree from even getting close to ladder, and that round wouldn't have been close at all.
So we take what could be one of our final US Air Force tactical timeouts here. Mousesports, they got absolutely ruined on Dust to an Inferno 2 days ago. 16-1 and 16-3. Now on the precipice of taking down Astralis here in the semi-final, who will go on to meet Fnatic in a best of 5 tomorrow. They are on the CT side of Nuke, one of the most CT-sided maps in existence right now. And Astralis are on the back foot. They don't have the resources to really invest into this round. Device got no extra money. He saved the AK-47. You have a smoke of 2 flashes to go with it. They've gone for Desert Eagles around this. But overall, Mousesports now in cruise control, looking to book themselves a place in the grand final here, boys.
It's looking likely. I mean, wow. Let's see what the Astralis guys can do with their half-buy. Do have that hero AK on device, so I'll have my eyes focused on him as this continues to transpire. Smoke's flying over. WoKC's going to be communicating which execute it is. Frozen reacting. He wants to get on top of that box. As soon as they plume on top, waits for the flash, and now he can strike. Spotted, though. They know the answer to this. Often Molotov at times as well. Glaive, for now, takes bullets. Down to 56. And that hero AK, we're in eyes with it now. It's Device who's looking to try and find an opener for the rest of his sidearm-wielding squad. Spotted. No smokes to dig themselves out of the hole that they've put themselves in. But Jules being one, or at least threatening them. Chris J catching a couple of bullets. WoKC, however, onto Magis. Does get the opening frag in favor of Mouse, and they keep coming. Looks like 14, fellas.
I think he might be right. That kill confirms it. Karrigan is on an absolute tear right now towards outside. ZipX and Glaive. Not really much he can do with this one, chap, I'm afraid, as ZipX will go down. Glaive's in towards the vent. He'll get maybe one consolation frag. That's about it.
If that. They're going to start turning around now, and they were more than ready for it. Frozen finishes him off. It's a flawless round from Mousesports. Their economy right now, it's booming. You've got multiple players with 8K plus. They are set for several gun rounds here to fight this one out.
On
and
the CT
Astralis
side.
are in a lot of trouble here.
What's the call, right? Glaive, he's staring at a scary, scary Mousesports, and he's got no margin for error.
It was probably reflecting back to losing that force buy, right? They won the pistol here, and then they lost that force buy with that late ramp. I'm not sure what they can pull out of their back pocket here, because the territory, the smoke walls they seem to be running. Mouse, no, is it a top rush? Is that the bailout?
This is the call. Charge, he says. And already the trumpet sounds. Karrigan meets them with a smile and an M4A1. One for one, into the site. Karrigan swings and dinks up another. WoKC to try and defend. It's not the perfect weapon for the job. And I think he realizes it's not the one for him. He puts down the smoke. Taking the fight was Frozen. Astralis, top site's working.
It certainly is. I don't think Ropt and WoKC will have what it takes to actually win this round, considering they have the AWP and minimal utilities. It's going to be very difficult. The Molotov should confirm it as well. Ropt can't even explore his options. They're going to fall back and save their weapons. It's the upper rush there, working out for Astralis. They're going to need a lot more where that came from, as they somehow don't land that Molotov. They won't have a knock-on effect in the round, but still a little bit strange. That's better from Device.
Nasty way to go. Shot between your legs.
But plenty of money, as Chad already highlighted. Just one round for series point.
It would
Grand final.
be a massive choke for Mousesports here if they're not able to convert one more round to get them 15 with this kind of a bank account. They definitely got 2 or 3 more buys, right?
Chad, I have to say, though, Mousesports, though, as a team, as an organization, over the last couple of years, they've been in this driving seat for a few times, right? Most notably, I think it was ESL 1 New York, where they had like a 12-3 lead against Liquid.
That was with the old roster, right?
That was the old roster. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to bring some storylines in.
Okay, here's a storyline. Didn't Sunny like crater on Nuke in a crucial game for the old Mousesports?
That was, he definitely did.
That's a throwback.
That was a huge throwback, and I wish I could.
I reckon it was even against Astralis if I was really pulling on teeth, but that's a conversation for another time, because instead the Counter-Strike that's happening right in front of us is the topic of discussion.
Oh, Frozen has a lot to deal with right now. If he calls that nothing's aggressive around ladder, all the smokes and Molotovs that have just been thrown by Astralis are not wasted, but the strat that this is suggesting is called completely off. So they're just going to creep all the way down to Secret, and Robs has to go huge.
He wasn't expecting that. He wasn't expecting them to be so far down, never mind combat ready. Mousesports lose a man early, and already WOKCCC has rotated in. He has got to do a whole lot of close quarters AWPing, and he's done well to find the first. There's more where that came from, and he knows it. Looking for a second, already pushed up on the site. Clearing his corners, takes down Dupree. That is more than you could have asked from your AWP on the rotate, but already the man advantage remains in Astralis' hands.
The level of Counter-Strike is rising by the second here as the pressure is mounting. We are going to see Crucier deny the plan, though. That's huge. That's from the ramp room. 2-on-2 now. Oh, there it is. Looking for series point. They might have found it. Frozen confirms it. Mousesports 1 round away from knocking Astralis out of the tournament here in the semi-final after getting absolutely trounced on the second map.
Yeah, impact player WOKCCC is right. Chris J, he stops this bomb. That's a crucial frag. That's an impact frag. But WOKCCC, close quarters AWPing against 2 as well. Frozen's the one with a cherry on top. Pulls home the 15. My goodness, last time out for Astralis. No more chances for Zonic to pipe up for the rest of this nuke.
Well, well, well. Money is not looking good. Mousesports have got 4 lives here, Chad. And to start with, Astralis will have $3,000 on Mages. Device, same story. Dupree saves an AK-47. We'll see what he can do with it, but it's Desert Eagle. For Mages coming through a Galil for Device, this could be it. If ever there's a chance to close it out, this would be the round. Surely they've done it, though. 4 rounds to go on the CT side of Nuke, and the showing they've put in so far, they've only given away 2 rounds, one of which is the pistol, and then round number 25 by virtue of bomb explosion. They have dominated this second half.
Now, if Astralis are able to pull this one up with some pace, we saw the top rush before. There's a chance to break the money of Mousesports here late and get themselves back in this, but it looks like just the standard secret smokes. The Molotov to land to ensure it. If they can't get across, if they can't even get to lower, then this round might be done and dusted. The utility, it's just dropping. It's a fast split. They're going main.
They flash each other as well. The first kill, very important. Robs, Frozen all chiming in. Karrigan, the master of the upper bomb site, he's good for 1. And now a 3-on-2. Astralis do have the man advantage, but this is a great position. They go towards lower. Where is WOKCCC? That's the big question at this stage. He's towards ramp. Maybe he can deny the plum, but it's very unlikely. The bomb's already going down, I think, behind the silo. So we won't get the magical moment just yet, but there is the incendiary. That does flush him out. Great job from ZiPEX. Sets Christie up. 1 versus 1 available. Doesn't hit the shot, and the crucial encounter there was ZiPEX, and it's going to be another round for Astralis. 3 lives.
Well, you could see what I was saying about the money situation. Now, Mousesports, they need to reconsider their options. They need to have a discussion about whether they want to buy at this point. They don't need to. Henry's just said they have 3 lives, so they can give one of them away right here with just a partial investment. And when I can see Scouts and MAhvMh7s being bought, I do believe that's what's on the menu this evening for Mouse in round number 28.
Oh, overtime written all over this.
Oh, dear.
Mousesports aren't known as closers. Let me tell you, they do struggle to find round number 16 in Astralis at the masters of the comeback. They're not chokers anymore. They know how to get themselves back in these games. And the loss bonus of the CT side will be $1,900 coming to the next round. We might not even have to have that discussion. This boost towards the ramp room, the opening kill. This could be enough here. It's Frozen with multiple players in front of him. Robs will try and chime in. He's got 3. Could this be the moment? It's not quite. There it is. And the shotgun will find it for Mousesports. 16-12. They knock Astralis out of the tournament and book themselves a place in the grand final tomorrow against Fnatic for the best of 5.
Fly so high they can't touch us. So top notch, none above us. We done came so far, now we up now. Had a vision, stuck to it, never back down. Never had much, now we own the whole thing. Spread it all around the world, watch it all change. Came alive, now they all see the greatness. Light shine so high they can't take it.
Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge. In the light, go to hell and back. Just